I said they read the press and digest and watch the news and I just. I said they read the press and digest and watch the news and I just. I said they read the press and digest and watch the news and I just.
Dog City. Look, my whole city quarantine. When the devil show his face, hope your soul is clean. I stay on my grind, cause my kids want to find the things. And when I teach them, I show them shit that they never seen. Life will throw you curves, stay focused and keep a steady swing. It's hard to trust a cop nowadays, they shoot for anything. My life is like a sitcom, nigga, fuck on the growing pain. I owe it all to hip-hop, nigga, this shit kept me sane. Through the good and bad times, I gripped the pen and wrote through the pain. Been grinding in this game for some years, just to build a name. When it's high stakes, it make you question the truth, you start to lose faith. Got the pistol in reach, cause I don't feel safe. Wars begun, welcome to doomsday. But when it's high stakes, drop the shit on the Monday, died on the Tuesday.
I love homie, you big bro. My only one mission's finding peace while stacking dough. Plain and simple, 90 music just to stimulate the mental. I don't like that new shit, just to waste the instrumentals. Yeah, I hear them talking, mistaken honesty for hating. Same motherfucker mistaken biting that's creating. Vision blurred, all this jury. Why the judge and jury throw the book? 12 unpaid for all them lies they took. You define the bad bitch on how this you look. I prefer loyalty and how this you cook. They tight big, but see it in their eyes they shook. Views like Langston Hughes, nigga, I can write a book.
Hurdles and obstacles barely made it but barrel through. Barricaded myself from situations, the bloody truth. As a black man, the stakes are high like blood pressure. Paranoid when I crank the car, can see my own stretcher. Whoa, just had a flashback of George Floyd. Knee was in my neck calling for Granny Pops in the Lord. That's word to Breonna Taylor, I can't stay in the house no more. Scan deep, they said they had the wrong address. Standing up for mine, so now you got the right address. And I got a lot to address, this shit might get me MS. But I'm tired of living like less, equality, no progress. Feed us crap to digest, watch the news and I just
I said they feed us crap to digest and watch the news and I just. I said they feed us crap to digest and
Yeah, you already know what it is. It's the Proof Podcast Show, and I'm your host, and I go by the name of Scion919, as y'all can see. Today is a very special show right here, high stakes. Yo, I know these brothers for a long time, real dope group of brothers that's been grinding and paying dues for a long time in the game. I definitely salute these brothers, yo. They grind is definitely consistent. They definitely keep pushing the bar and keep going further and further. So without any further ado, let's bring them to the stage, y'all. FAOA. What's the deal, y'all?
What's good?
What up?
Yeah, everything is good, bro. I'm excited about y'all being on the show. So we just dropped the video, High Stakes, yo. Y'all done changed the game up on them with this one, yo. So let's talk about how did y'all come up with this record and what's the direction y'all was deciding to go with when y'all made this joint right here?
You want to know? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we that record, my homeboy Chuck, he came over with the sample.
Right.
And, we did and I just over here, and after I did we did the sample, chopped it up, and we were listening to it, and then I called IB up, and
right.
then it was like it's for his solo project because he's doing a solo project. So High State is going on, relax and take notes too.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so we did a sample, and then I sent it to him. But Chuck, it was originally supposed to be me, him, and Chuck on it.
Right.
But Chuck got missing, and then the last one, Smoke, the last guy that went.
Right.
He did. He was like, "Let's work." So we put him on the record because Chuck got missing.
Wow.
So that's how it came. It all fell into place like that, and we just the record. I was on a conference call.
with Cruz,
Right.
your
Salute
cousin.
Cruz. Salute Cruz. Right.
And he said play something, and then that record was just on. And I pressed baseball and he heard. He like, what's that? And I was like, that's High Stakes. And he heard it, and then he mixed it, and then we put it out, and then the people reaction gravitated to it.
Right.
And that's how it became the first single.
Yo, and that's dope right there. Organically, it came together. You had already did it, right? He said, yo, let me hear it. He mixes. Y'all put it out. Right. What's the response y'all got to the record once y'all dropped it?
Man, it was all love. We threw the instrumental out there first because Knox doing the beat tape.
Right.
So we threw the beat out there. The reception of it was everything. Then we started throwing the verses piece by piece, and everything was equally loved. You know what I mean? So it actually surpassed the single that was supposed to be the first single.
Wow.
Yeah, so it got so much love. We were like, we just gonna run with that one and shoot it, and video dropped.
Right.
Some amount of love, and everything else is history.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there, yo. You definitely changed it up on that one. I'm gonna be honest, yo. When I heard it, I'm like, yo, they bringing that real hip hop sound back. So to say that Knox is doing the production, I know he been doing beats, a couple of y'all beats before. So let's talk about that, Knox. How did you get into making beats and stuff like that?
I was doing it in a while, but it really wasn't no passion of mine.
Right.
I was just doing it to be doing it. But when we got into the blacklisted album,
right,
I started taking it serious. What is about a year?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half ago, because we went to mess with other producers, but the sound we were looking for, it won't gel and it won't write. And so they said, won't you do the beats? And I was like, I don't think I could do a whole album, but we went we dove in, and that's when it started. And then I just been doing it from then on.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. You definitely been doing it consistently. So let me ask you, when you first started, what type of equipment was you using?
I used the machine.
Okay, you got the micro, or you got the big one?
I got the little one. I ain't got the big one.
Me too. I got the micro mini.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so let me ask you, what type of producers do you admire, and what inspiration brings your sound? Where do you get your inspiration for your sound?
Say Dilla.
Oh, you already know.
Say Dilla.
Oh, Dilla, that's my favorite. That's Dilla first and foremost.
Right.
Q-Tip.
And
Primo.
All right. So y'all a real tight knit group over there, yo. So are y'all family? How did y'all meet? Like, yo, let's take it back to the beginning right quick. Like, how did y'all find each other and y'all start this journey together?
We real life family, man.
Wow.
Knox Super MC is my brother. Same mother. Is Reed Ho, that's my cousin. My mom, his dad, brother and sister. So we grew up together. We family. Like,
wow. So y'all always been around each other. So let's take it back to the beginning. Like when y'all were younger, y'all first found hip hop. What was some of the stuff that drew y'all? Who were some of the people that y'all like when y'all first, not even doing music, just like hearing it? Being, what people did y'all like back when y'all first?
We all listen to different people, but for me it was I liked the Nas and AZ. I was a Fuji's head, Buster, LL, those guys. I love hip hop, man. So that's for me.
Shit. I like a bunch of South artists, Outkast, boys like that, Scarface, UGK.
Wow.
Yeah. Mine was jazz influence and a bunch of juke joint music.
Wow.
My grandpa used to listen to the juke joint.
Right.
My grandma used to listen to soul, like jazz and soul. And my mom, she used to listen to the like the guy, Bobby Brown.
Stuff like that.
The swing type. And so all that music is in abundance. But my favorite groups that drew me to hip hop because it had that jazz sound was Tribe, De La, and Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
Okay, definitely. So you said Native Tongue, said Tribe, De La Soul. Definitely salute to Pete Rock and CL Smooth. So let me ask you, where did y'all grow up?
Oh, we from Raleigh.
Y'all from Raleigh? Okay. What part of Raleigh? Southside. All right. So shout out to the south side of Raleigh. So let's talk about it. Okay, so now y'all introduced to hip hop. How do y'all become like y'all cousins? Y'all growing up together? Do somebody say, "Yo, I'm gonna start rapping"? Was y'all doing freestyles, just playing around? How did y'all get into music?
That was Knox, man. Knox was the rapper first, man. He was like real popular in high school, so like all the guys used to come to the house and record on. They had the cassette tapes on the radio recording. You know what I mean?
Right.
He wouldn't let me in the room. You know what I mean? I was too young.
Wow.
So I used to get kicked out. I wasn't allowed to rap. So my goal as a shorty was to be better than all them. So,
Right.
So that kind of fueled my fire to rhyme. And when he seen I had potential, he started letting me come in there and rhyme with the homies.
Right.
Reed used to come down on the weekends. You know what I mean? He used to just jump in there with us, and it kind of just fell into place, man. Me and him started writing more so to impress this one, and everything just kind of fell into place.
All right, so it's kind of like you hear the stories of like the Dr. Dre's and the Warren G's, right. The brothers in the music. You got the younger brother, and it's like, yo, I got bars, and he like, nah, yo, you can't come in, right? So now you win his respect. He like, yo, little bro got some skills,
right?
How did that feel? Because it's like before, we talking about passion and we artists, so it's like I know that meant a lot when your brother looked at you and said, yo, that's fire.
Yeah, he had a crew previously or whatever he was doing, and they fell out for whatever reasons. He said he wanted to start Dark City Entertainment, and he was like he was going to put us down, but he put together a show in Clayton. We had, it was like a whole contest or whatever. So y'all win it, y'all down. If not, y'all can do whatever y'all do. So we still had to earn that. Like he wanted to rock with us, but we had to go out there and buy some people at a young age, and luckily it worked. You know what I mean? So yeah, That's how it is now. So,
all right. So did y'all perform together? It was you and Reed at the same time?
Yeah, me and Reed.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you, Reed, what song did y'all perform and what was going through your mind? Like, this is y'all first performance. You try, well, not maybe first performance, but y'all tried to, get solidify y'all spot.
I wouldn't do it if I was you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was you. At the time, man, when the spotlights hit you, it's crazy.
Yeah, I messed up so bad, yo.
It's crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got on stage and the hook was first.
Right.
And Trav, he was on the hook and
I fumbled.
He fumbled the whole hook at first. And I had to, I picked it up and we actually got it together, won the whole talent show.
I don't know how we won that.
The thing about it, we all go through it, right? So let me ask you, okay, you fumble. Sometimes we all, it happens to the best of us. You fumble, but the thing about it is you kept going.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, we've been performing so long now. Even like at the beginning, since we know each other family, we can kind of give each other a look.
Right.
We can speak without saying it. And like I'm doing the hook, and like in my mind, I'm saying the words. Like I know the words. Like I practice this part. I should have practiced the hook as much as I practiced the verse, though. But like the hook was going, and I'm like mumbling coming out. He looked at me with the look like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up when we get off stage." And I'm like, I'm like, "All right, bet." So he take the hook, and then my first verse comes up. So it's either fail or get it together.
Right.
Yeah, but when the verse came, we bodied that or whatever, and then if you even look at our shows now, we leave the hook with him now. That kind of started from the first show. Like, we still do it, but we kind of leave him with the responsibility of it not even being playing. Yeah, it's on him now. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there, and y'all definitely have chemistry, One thing about it is like, when y'all come in the building, y'all kind of change the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I done seen a couple of shows. I done seen a lot of performances. Y'all definitely got your stage presence together. How did y'all master that? It's like coming in the game, you see your growth over the years. What are some things looking back, like, you had to fix to get to where y'all are now?
I'll let you get that one.
You can take that one.
That's a good question.
We watch him far as performances.
Right.
I watch MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, he won the best. He won like the lyrically. A lot of people probably won't say he was the best, but he had some lyrics. But I'm just saying, as far as like his showmanship was crazy. You didn't want to go on after him.
Nah,
you didn't want to go on after, because you got to realize when he started, he was the opening act, but he was so good they made him the closing act because he had that earth with it. So I was looking at performers like James Brown. When they touched the stage, they left that mark. So so that's what we just go over it But most of the shows we do, we don't
rehearse no more.
We don't rehearse like now. Back then we used to rehearse, like practice it, but we were like when we got on stage, it felt rehearsed. It felt like a play, like some old Tyler Perry joint, like you're reading off scripts.
Right.
So I'm gonna be over here and do this. So as we kept going, we were like, we ain't gonna need practice no more. Sometimes I do the show mix. They don't hear the show mix until it's time for the show. We get on stage, and then they be like, I just tell them what song's coming. And when we get on, like now, everything is just organic. We just do whatever we feel.
Right. And that's the thing, because now you have that chemistry, and it's like, y'all been doing it so long, so it's kind of like, even if somebody's getting tired and you hear them winded, y'all know each other now. Like, let me catch that part for him, might get his breath. So y'all know y'all done perform. So let's talk about some of y'all. I'm gonna ask each one of y'all, what's been your favorite performance? But that question goes to each one of y'all individual. The performance that meant the most to you.
My favorite performance was the World War. I think it was the World War, World War IV or World War III, whatever it was. Shane threw it, and we was and it was like group artists, all the artists versus each other.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that one because it was a competition. And we really, because a lot of shows we supposed to be on, they ain't want to put us on for some bias stuff. So they put us on that show. They already had the flyer made, so they hit us up at the last minute and just pulled us in. So we were the underdog of that show. So that was my favorite. That was my favorite show, because when we for the people who never seen us, when they got a chance to see us, we it was over.
Right. And that's the fact right there.
He gonna steal mine.
We technically both got the same favorite performance.
I might change a bit.
Well, for me, Packapalooza.
Packapalooza. Wow.
Yeah, we performed at Packapalooza with
2019
before
the pandemic,
and it was a new atmosphere. It was fun.
It was the main thing for me about Packapalooza was like the professionalism. Yeah. Like it was like
very professional.
You're an artist, so you know also like how I be dealing with certain promoters. Man, we pulled up at states and like the show got canceled. Like driving to like Baltimore, like overnight show. Yeah, come out and rock, and then we get there and they're like, yeah, we canceled the show. So you know what I mean? Like you know how it is. So like just the professionalism. Some more shows probably jumping to me later though. I'm gonna be mad when I go home, but right now I'm gonna say Packapalooza.
Yo, because the thing about it, that spot right there, that's over there by NC State, right?
Right.
Yo, where they have it, it's like you feel like you on MTV on one of them type of joints. When you rolling that, this feel like Spring Bling type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I get exactly what y'all saying.
I mean, like 1,000 people. 80,000 people.
80,000 people, yo. So all right.
Before we got on stage to perform, they hit us last second like, oh yeah, no cussing.
Oh
so
wow.
Like, we had to edit the whole set like within 5 seconds. Like remembering off rip. Like so it was a challenge, which was fun too. So that was dope.
Wow. So let me ask y'all MCs. So all right, y'all don't use backings, or do y'all use vocal backings? Because in a situation like that, if you got a track with your vocals on it and they say no cursing, man.
So that was some hooks in and outs were in, but that was it though. But we just go straight beats. 9 times out of 10.
Right. Now I feel you on that. So it's like, I was just saying, because if they threw it on you at the last minute, like not only do you got to edit it and then it's cursing on the thing. So it's like, all right, so y'all rock that, right? But you said a powerful thing. You said a powerful thing about dealing with promoters. A lot of times from the outside looking in, people they see, okay, they doing music, they blowing up, they doing good, you know what I'm saying? But they don't know about some of the things that we have to go through as artists. So like you said, getting to shows and they cancel. What's some of the memories that stand out the most to y'all where it's like looking back, it's like, yo, man, I shouldn't even did that, But it's like we so hungry in the beginning. We're trying to, expand. But we don't know about unprofessional promoters. We don't know about the janky promoters yet. So what's some of y'all experiences for the people that might be new to the game that they can expect coming in?
I'll let Nas get that one. I know he want that one.
Man, look. My biggest regret is paying to perform. Paying to perform. Boy, paying to perform. Because if I was where I'm at now, I'd be in jail.
Wow.
So I stabbed a nigga in the eye.
Right. Because like now, right? You think about all the money you invested, right?
Yeah, because you paid like back in the day. I remember. I ain't gonna call his name. I ain't gonna make him famous, but he'll know when I'm talking about him. But yeah. But we went to school with this cat, and and so he was like a show promoter and out here, and he was getting all the clubs, and so we was just trying to come up, and you was either doing you was either doing it through Atkins. My goal was to get to the Poorhouse, so and I couldn't, and I didn't know how to get on. I was just getting out here, and so doing shows like that, I was like, yo, I seen him doing club, like, yo, let me get on one of your showcase. He like, okay, pay me such and such, like $100 or $50 or something like that,
right?
And you can get your slot. So I like, cool. So he meet me at the workplace. I gave him the money, and then he put our face on the flyer.
Right.
But once, show night, we get there, and he give us here's who gonna go on. Then y'all go. We gonna have y'all going on third. So we like, okay. So when our time come on, he'll come out like, nah, such and such got to go. He kept putting his friends in front of us.
Right.
Putting his friend in front of us. So we sitting there, we had people coming, and then it's getting late. People going home, we like, yo, when we going on? And he's like, we gonna get you. And at night, people start leaving, and the show damn near over. So now we like, yo, when you gonna put us on? So he kept running. So the way the stage was set up, you had some right here. You had
like 4 ways around.
4-way around.
Right.
Like you can go down off the stairs or you can go backstage. So he was on stage. I walked on stage. Then had a crew. It was like I said, it'd be a lot of us when we travel. So we had some right here. Then we had some backstage. So now he can't get off stage. He's surrounded.
Yeah, so I gotta pin that now.
When we go on. And he was like, you go on now. That's like the type of unprofessionalism we had to deal with to get to what we get to now.
Right. And that's the thing right there. And it's like you run into that a lot. Like you said, people mixing friends with business. Now you coming from out of town and it's like they got their favorites and stuff like that. But you ever notice is like now once you're popping, once people know your name, once you buzzing, it's like now people switch up on you. Now they want to act different. Like, yo, people that wronged you in the beginning now, they come back around like, yo, everything is good. But it's like, you remember. So that promoter, your album drops. Now y'all the highest booking group out right now. That same guy called y'all back like, yo, I want to book y'all for a show. And like, he forgot what he did to y'all in the beginning.
Right.
So
he came back and asked for us. He came back and asked us to do to have a night.
Wow.
Asked us to have a night. And we say it's petty, but I'm petty. It is what it is. We say yes to get the name on the flyer. Once we get the name, we on the flyer, so it's just promoting the name. But the night of the show, we don't show.
Wow.
We don't show. We don't come.
Right.
We don't come. We just say yeah for the publicity and for the promotion and just to be on the flyer and add that to the resume. Wow. But the night of the show, we don't. They be mad. We don't show. We don't come.
Right. That's the thing right there. That's the thing. Though. It's good promotion, but that's the thing. In this business right here, it's funny. It's funny. So let me ask y'all, like, once y'all started becoming a group, now you're getting out there. You're hitting the music scene. What were some of the challenges y'all had to face starting out in the game?
For starters, we had to name Future Assholes of America.
Right.
That part right there alone.
Right.
We can't. Sometimes they don't even book us just off that name alone or whatever. And then like they assume just off rip that we gonna come in there and be on some crazy shit. And it ain't the case or whatever. Or even like the shows we did get, like they want, since it was like very few, I guess I'll say.
Right.
We want the audience that was for hip hop. You know what I mean? So we're going there perform and they doing everything but listening to the music. You know what I mean? So it was just keeping your head up going into it, knowing that 3 fans turned into 6, 6 turned into 10, and you know what I mean, blah, blah, from that point on or whatever and everything. So yeah. So
okay. And that's real right there. So let me ask y'all, how did y'all stay focused in them times? Because like in the beginning, paving the way, a lot of times, like you said, you having to start at the bottom. You're not in the best situations you want to be. So how did y'all stay focused to keep y'all, you know what I'm saying, to keep y'all foot on the pedal and keep moving? Because a lot of times people get distracted. It don't happen right then. They say, oh, nah, and try something else. What kept y'all focused? And how did y'all keep going forward?
Just know what the long-term goal is. No matter if we do what we're supposed to do, it's gonna happen at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like ain't no bigger critics than us. You know what I mean? On ourselves or whatever. So ain't nothing an opinion base can do. We know the music does. Just lock in and do what you're supposed to do, and everything can take care of itself. So
right.
you gonna go, get it out the mud though. So now we appreciate it more. You know what I mean? But yeah, so just tunnel vision.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. Staying focused on the goal, and y'all doing that. So it's like looking back now. In the beginning, did y'all imagine y'all would be where y'all at right now then? Or how did that work?
I just wanted, when we first started, man, I just wanted people to know who we are. Like if they were like, yo, Si, who Future Assholes of America, you can be able to point to us like, they over there, you know what I mean? So,
right.
But yeah, we still got a lot to go to accomplish. But it seems funny to me now, like people, as you said, like when you start doing good, people give you compliments. Now the compliments are kind of weird now because we so used to criticism.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I say yeah. At the end of the day, we knew we'd be what we are. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's a fact right there. And the thing is, okay, so let's talk about the name. How did y'all come up with the name? Because it's a controversial name, but it's like I like it. But what was the process of coming up with the name?
That's these two guys.
Me and Knox was out getting some food. It was in Wendy's to be exact.
Right.
This little white boy. Sorry, I'm sorry to put race on it, but this little white boy is exactly what he was. They kept messing his order up. And so he kept coming back to the counter, like and just being mad. Like, he was big man every fucking time. And Knox looked at me and was like, yo, he a future asshole of America. And I looked at him, I was like, that's it.
Wow, just
that's what it means. And that's what happened. It was a twist though. You know how you got these genius, like these little kids that are real smart beyond their years.
Right.
And they call them future leaders of America.
Wow.
And we just took the leader out and put future asshole of America.
Yeah. And that's dope right there. So all right, y'all put the group together. When y'all let the world know this is the name of the group, what was their reactions? Yo, what was some of the things people said to y'all when y'all said this is we got a group, and they say, what's the name?
Man, they laugh. They laugh real hard. I remember when we first met Rod One.
Right.
And he said, "What's your name?" And he was like, because when he was doing the what was it? London Bridge.
London Bridge.
Shout out Rock.
Salute to Rock. Definitely.
He did. He was doing that. He was like, "What is your name?" And we told it to him, and then he wrote it down. Then he looked at the paper. Then he started laughing, and he said, "For real?" He like, "This is for real." Like that's like, yeah, that's the name. He said. He looked back here, he said, "All right." And he was laughing, he was like, cause he do the same every time we tell him. They're like, "What we put?" And we tell them, they're like, "For real?" We're like, "Yeah, that's it."
Wow.
The second week we came though, we ain't even had to tell him our name. He was like, he looked at us, just bust out laughing and wrote it down. We like that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's so catchy, they can't forget it.
Right. And the Carolina Music Awards, our first year there, the first year of the Carolina Music Awards. They were like, we were going around telling people, but we the second year we wore the shirts, so people see the shirt and they knew who we was. The second year we got Group of the Year.
We ain't been invited since.
But now the first year we was in the you meet other artists from all over the Carolina Music Award.
Right, it's a network.
Yeah, they were like, my name's such and such, and we were like, and we a group, and then we were like, we're Future Assholes America. They were like, for real. We're like, yeah. And then when they called, they thought we were playing. And then when they did the nominees and they said Future Assholes of America, everybody turned around like, that's really y'all name? He was like, yeah, that's right. They think it's a joke at first, but it's real. It's crazy.
Yeah. Y'all just said some real stuff. There's some nostalgic memories and stuff like that. So let's talk about that moment right there. So now y'all in the game. You get nominated. Carolina Music Awards. People look back. They recognize like, yo, that's them right there. What was that feeling like at that moment in your career?
That feel good. We like I said, shout out Rob Warren because we were doing shows, but we were doing more out of town shows than we was at home.
Wow.
So we didn't like Raleigh shows, like a lot of Raleigh shows we didn't do too many of them because we were getting overlooked. So when Rob One he did the London Bridge show, and then he took us. Rob One opened the door for us to come in and to start doing shows all over Raleigh.
Right.
So when he stamped it was official. When he stamped it was official, doors started opening. But as far as like Raleigh, we was doing we was in Durham. We were doing more stuff in Durham. Durham embraced us before Raleigh embraced us. Durham and Charlotte and Atlanta.
Wow.
We were doing stuff out. We were doing more shows out of town than in town.
Right.
And then Rod came and opened the door. When he opened the door, it's been on. It's been on there since.
It's been on ever since. So let's talk about that real quick. Because you say you get more love other places. It's like, all right, y'all getting booked. Y'all doing shows. Y'all doing your thing. But Raleigh's overlooking you. So first, before we jump to the Raleigh part of it, it's like, what gave y'all the idea? Like, yo, let's take the show on the road. And now when you go on the road and you rocking it, now they start embracing you. What was that moment like? Was it like, yo, we doing the right thing? Or it's like, yo, kind of like, yo, it's love, but it ain't the people that I know. So it's kind of different. What was y'all feeling in that moment?
First, it was just natural. We just went to Atlanta because the show popped up. You know what I mean? We just went out there and did it. You know, we was out there the show, like, they not even knowing us from a can of paint. They were like, y'all dope. Come do this show with us. We did like 3 shows in one night, our first night in Atlanta.
Wow.
And then the hotel was booked downtown. So every time we go to a different state, we walk around just to, see it. People not even hearing the music, just hearing straight. What y'all do? Y'all do music? Yeah, we're a group. Well, look, I got this festival in July, August. You know what I mean? And like they was just giving them to us and stuff. And like our shows in Raleigh, people were performing, and of course, going home. So by the time, they be like, you dope, y'all go last. By the time you get on last, you just the people you brought there. You might as well stayed in the living room and did your show set. You know what I mean? So. Right. But yeah, it was just a different vibe, man. I remember going to Charlotte and the artist tried to perform and leave, and they're like, "Yo, you do that? We gonna do this to you." And we was like, "Oh, snap! Down, do that down here." Like, you know what I mean? They're like, "Nah, we appreciate the culture." And that right there was just the switch. We're like, "All right, bet this is what we, what we need to do."
Yo, and that's real right there. And y'all just said a powerful thing. One thing about Raleigh, if it ain't my crew repping or somebody else, they smoking, they talking. They perform and then they out the door, but it's like you go other places. Artists is working together. We in the studio. Y'all want to do a track? Yo, let's get together. Yeah. These states are winning. So being NC artists that's been in the game for a while, veterans in the game, y'all definitely put y'all stamp on hip hop.
Appreciate that.
What advice would you give to the younger artists in Carolina? Because still no unity. People still really not working together. What advice would y'all give them that you see other places that we can implement in North Carolina to help the music scene?
Let's start with you. That's the one you.
Yeah, that one. That's on us. You answer that one.
I say numbers over popularity. And what I mean by that, like you got a crew, you know what I'm saying? You got a crew, but your crew, you the strongest one out your crew. You know what I'm saying? And they all fall on you. But if you got another dope MC that's on the other side of the town, but y'all in the same city, y'all come together, man. Cause majority rules. You know what I'm saying? Because what you bring is something, and he got something that you don't bring to the table. Y'all put it together, it could be a powerful thing. But everybody wanna be like a solo artist. Everybody wanna be the front man. But that's the problem in Carolina now. Everybody wanna be the one. It don't matter who's there first as long as you get there.
As long as you get there.
It's just about it ain't about who finished first, it's how you finish. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be the first. You ain't got to be the first one to have it. As long as you get it, just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, that's real right there. And that's
as long as you
definitely
appreciate it and be yourself. Be yourself.
That part.
Be yourself.
Glad you said that.
Right.
Be yourself, because you got everybody. Now you got everybody like I see some. We got some dope like artists that's coming up. We got a bunch of dope artists that's coming up out here.
Right.
That we seen that's like the young. I'm talking about the young crowd, but they sound like artists that's on already.
Right.
And that's what they promoting. But now be yourself, man. Be yourself. And just get on, because the way he got on ain't going to be the way you get on.
No, that's real right there. That's real. And speaking of sounds, y'all have a unique sound. Y'all done crafted, you know what I'm saying? It's y'all bringing the real back. Y'all definitely bringing the real back. But it's like the thing about it that I notice, I see elevation, I see growth. Y'all always been hip hop. Y'all always been lyrical. So it's like now it's like, yo, okay, it's like, yo, you come in lyrical. Now it's kind of like y'all really like, yo, we I wouldn't say comfortable, but you're finding your lane. Whereas like now I don't have to prove it. You know, at first, like, you know, I was saying in the beginning, you had to earn your respect.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like you got the respect. Now I got your ear. Now I'm about to drop some knowledge on you. That's
Right.
what I hear. That's what I hear over the years with the music with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the direction coming in, working on the first project? What was y'all mindset? Was it just we having fun? How did y'all come up with the first project? What was that process like?
Which one? Blacklisted?
Blacklisted was the second one, right? Didn't y'all have one before that?
We had the Forgotten before that.
The Forgotten. That's
the one with the enjoy on it.
right.
Yeah. So and then when we did the Forgotten, we was coming back off a hiatus. We took a year off.
Right.
And so we wanted to build from the bottom. We didn't want to use none of the connects we had.
Wow.
So we wanted to start all over.
Right.
Because with the reinvention, because we had when we first, before the Forgotten, it was 5 of us.
Wow.
We had two more memories, but they did they went to go do their own thing.
Right.
And so it broke down. It was gonna be like a collective. So we broke that down to the 3. And then the way they Shady Business, the way that went down. So we just went. That's when I learned we went to go buy new equipment, buy everything from scratch. We stopped going to studios to record. Cause my homeboy Mainbow got so he did he was like, how you a label, you can't even you can't even control your own music and stuff.
Right.
So he was like, he was like, well, give me a copy of such and such. And I couldn't do it because we were recording at playgrounds. So I had to call somebody else to get the music. And he was like, say you got a show and you want a show, give me how you can put together a show mix. He was like, you got to call this man to get the show mix. He like, you ain't no label. So after hearing that, we just fell back a year to learn. That whole year was learning. And so now, and that's when we got our own. We stopped going to studios. We just when we do go to studios, it's for the second mix to send the record off.
Right.
Everything now is done in house. It's done in house. We hands on. So we came back, and that was just trying to that record was just the Forgotten, because the people that used to know us, and we took a year off. So it was like coming back from the dead.
Wow.
Because people had thought we stopped. So that record was just to prove ourselves.
Like we ain't going nowhere. We still here.
We here. And then the Blacklisted, we stopped because mom had died then, right? Yeah. My mom died.
All right.
So
rest in peace. Condolences for that, bro. For real.
So if you listen to the Forgotten, it was happy. It was a happy record. It was a happy record. And we were doing stuff, and it was moving. It was moving good. But when Blacklisted came, that's when the promoters started. We started getting kicked out of shows. It got back to the favoritism part of it. And we started like shows we know we should have been on. they weren't booking us. They were just booking the people they know. Right. They do man showcase and they keep booking the same act. So we were like, that's when we feel that's when we was going. We were doing more Durham then when the when the blacklist came out. So the blacklisted after your mom died, I ain't even want to make music no more. But the sound from the blacklisted, and I started doing more of the production. And Soul Food, shout out Soul Food. He the other producer on it. If I don't do it, he do it. Okay. But nah, the sound got more darker and got more harder.
Right. Through the pain.
So it's like a more raw. It's more raw and a rough edge. Now that's the sound y'all get now. And then we just pretty much for the love. We just fell back in love with it. And then so now it ain't proving nothing. It's just we just doing it for the love of music. We just go in and make music now.
Yeah. And that's the thing, yo. Y'all definitely bringing back that nostalgic feeling of like when people was just telling stories, people just expressing themselves with the pen back in like that 90s, 2000 golden era. Y'all bringing it back. And it's like, I was telling Cruz, I was like, some of y'all joints even give me like a Wu-Tang kind of feel. Right. So like, yo, what's some of the groups that y'all, not that, that they have anything to do with it. Sometimes we just learn from different people. Like, yo, I like what they doing. I like what they doing. And we put our own mix together. So like, what's some of the people that y'all look at and it's like, yo, they a dope group. Like, what's some of the groups that inspired y'all?
For me, Outkast and Tribe. Those my two.
Outkast and Tribe. Dope.
I would say Outkast, UGK, Wu-Tang.
Right.
Them boys.
Right.
Run DMC, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Outkast, like pretty much the 3-man group. That's how this the sound, as you can see, like the NWA, because you got you had the NWA like this nigga with attitude. The name was controversial, and you got Future Assholes of America. The name was controversial, and then their music was it was soulful and it was aggressive at the same time.
Right.
So a lot of that, I was in love with we all solo artists, but with the group, I was in love with a 3-man group. So either Future Asshole, that's where the fit fall into play. Some track might remind you of Tribe, or might remind you of the Wu.
Wow.
Or Two Live.
Two Live. We did the scrippers. We did the scrippers at the show.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna play one, but I'm like, yo, you know what? I was like, yo, because I gave them the Facebook. Now, if we would have just had the YouTube link and people watching, I would have played it because y'all got a video. Speaking of Two Live Crew, Orgy. The orgy video.
Oh, you said orgy.
We're gonna take it back to the orgy video. Yo, it was like I was gonna play that one, but I'm like, yo, Facebook could have a fit if I drop that video, yo. So, yo, let's talk about that real quick. Yo, what was that experience like shooting that video?
Okay, so everything that possibly could go wrong went wrong.
Right.
Us and Tom had a different shout out to Big Tom who shot that. Us and Big Tom. Yeah, we had 2 different dates on it. Wow. So when he thought we were shooting, we had no idea. And then when we thought, he was like, nah, we did this, da. So when the time came from the video to shoot, we ain't have no girls. We just had the 2 you see.
Right.
And then one throw it up, so she got like half a video. So like, the video itself was fun though, man. It was real fun shooting it. It was dope, bouncing ideas and everything, but it ain't go nearly the way we wanted it to. We talking about orgy, we had 2 girls in there. They don't fit the description or nothing we rapped about.
Right.
But it was dope though, man. You know what I mean? So we all, it's always good vibes with us on set and everything. So yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, that's a fact, yo. And then, yo, I got another one. So I'm like, yo, okay, I can't play orgy, but I seen the other one, so I'm like, yo, this is a little risque, but I'm gonna play it because it's rocking and I like the song, right?
Okay.
But then it's like, yo, the video comes on.
Mm-hmm.
I was dreaming about paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, yo, all right, now I'm gonna keep it real. That was my first time seeing it. That was my first time seeing the video. So when it drops, I'm like, yo, okay, I can't play orgy. I'm gonna drop this one. He wakes up And it's like players' fantasy, every man's fantasy. And I'm like, yo, I would have loved to been a fly on the wall on that video set right there. Because y'all was having big fun, yo. And it's like, yo, that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? Having that creative vision. So let's talk about that paper video. I can't play that one either. I would love to play it. Y'all definitely go to YouTube and check it out, fellas. Definitely go check out the paper video. Let's talk about what that was like shooting that one.
Paper
sensational.
No scribbles were touched in that video. No scribbles were harmed. No scribbles were harmed.
Right.
Well, no, man, that was a good time. Shout out Bunny and VV.
Right.
For doing that. Bunny was in the she was in the High Stakes video, the one that did the walk through. Yeah, she was in the paper. That's one of the ones from the paper video. Yeah, but no, that was good. They was both fun to work with, and they were real professional. And they just we came through, shot, and then they went, and then they just shot their scenes, and then they went home because they had other obligations that night. If you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then we shot the rest after they left.
Yeah, and it definitely came out. It definitely fit the song, and it definitely was a look. So it's like, yo, that video drops. What is the fans saying? What's their reactions when y'all drop that one?
We dropped that one. That was
the performance first though.
Yeah, the first we didn't drop this single like we did the other ones. No promotion. We had a show. Shout out Freedom Infinite.
Freedom Infinite. Salute
yeah, Freedom Infinite. That's another one that show. That's another one that look out a lot for us. And, yeah, they show love and put us. Cause he be doing man showcases. And he always pull us in the showcase. I got this one before the pandemic. Hit. And shit down. We were finna do the 420 out there in Denver, Colorado.
With Freedom, definitely.
Yeah, but the world shut down, so they had to cancel that festival. So the boy he get festivals. Freedom. Yeah,
Freedom, definitely.
Right. So we did it was Trap vs. Boom Bap? Yeah, Trap vs. Boom Bap. And we went. That's another company. That's another competitive thing. You go against. It's you versus another crew.
Right.
And,
we undefeated.
And we is undefeated.
That's what I was gonna say. I was there that night. Who y'all battled that night? The Trap versus Boom Bap. I was there. Who was that y'all battled that night?
I forgot their name. What was the name?
The first one
was.
I like their music too.
I like their music. Was real dope. That was the name. They they had the Run DMC joint where they do the Adidas. That was real dope. Canvas music.
Yeah,
Canvas music.
They real dope. We like them. And then the second one,
that's Truth in there.
Truth to God and Twiz and all them and E-Pills.
E-Pills. I know E-Pills.
Yeah, we went. It was his and Zip. He a rap out of Southside.
Right.
It was their crew we went against. Yeah, so we did it. We did it at night, and so it was the poorhouse. I'm not the poorhouse. It was Deep South. Deep South. And they were gonna shit after this night. They were shitting down. So with the last performance at Deep South, and so I was with him, and I was like, we would do paper. I was like, we can premiere paper, and that's gonna be the last song. We're gonna premiere that.
Right.
And then I said, hey man, we should have. I was thinking to have a script, and then I thought it was gonna be but they ain't gonna get naked because they'll kick us out, so we can't let them get naked. But they can dress us out. They can do like exotic type stuff. I thought he was gonna say, man, hell no. He said, just the script. I think you should have 4 of them. I'm like, no, we can't have 4. Let's just do 2 because we gotta pay them.
Right.
We gotta pay them and it's crazy because everybody we got on DJ. Everybody that be in our performance. DJ Supreme. Everybody that perform on stage, we pay them.
Wow.
Out of pocket, they get paid, so ain't no freebies. Everybody eat. So we brought them. Oh God, interrupted. Daddy duty. But now
that's all good.
Yeah, but now we did. We brought them out there that night. So when we dropped the song, we told everybody to step back. and we had the money guns and everything. And
Wow.
so when we dropped it, and then the girls came out half naked and started doing what they were doing, and we shooting money guns in the air.
Right.
Next morning we woke up. That's all you seen on Facebook.
Wow.
The people recording with their phones. So when it came to next shows, when it came to some of the other shows, they're like, "No, we can't put them on the thing because they we're gonna have people here and they be bringing naked women with them." But we just did that for that night, so that was a good. It made a single jump, boost up. Yeah, for the strip club, but for like performances, like shows, like getting shows, it set us back because they thought we traveled everywhere with these women, and that wasn't the case. That was just to promote that single. That was just campaigning. But they were like some old Donald Trump moment where it shut us down. It was bad campaigning. It wasn't good.
I feel you on that, yo. But the thing is like, yo, but y'all were getting love in the strip clubs. I'm pretty sure now. Strip club.
Right.
Different type of market. And like you said, sometimes it's like, yo, people be like, not in my establishment. But you got the
so it put us in the other establishment. But the other establishment we was at, it got us kicked out of those for a while.
Right. Now I feel you on that. Yo, we was talking about the Forgotten a little bit earlier. I got a video, I think. I want to make sure it's the right one, but I'm gonna jump to that real quick. I want to say is the Enjoy.
Yeah, Enjoy.
Big Tom shot that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yo, I think it's the Enjoy. If it's not the Enjoy, it's gonna be Waves, but I'm 9 times out of 10 sure it's the Enjoy. We're gonna jump into that right quick, and then we're gonna come back and talk about the Blacklisted and what happened after the Forgotten and bring them up to date.
All right.
I bet.
Turn the mic up. Yeah, let's see. Well, we can't hear it. I think he muted us.
Nigga, right now you should feel privileged. Why? Cause you rockin' with the realest, so enjoy. Yeah. I said enjoy. I said enjoy. I said enjoy yourself. I said enjoy yourself.
Glass full of champagne, I'm holding it to the ceiling. Tonight gon' be the night the assholes in the building. More bottles to the table for all the fly women tryna slide in the middle like turkey on Thanksgiving. For all the real niggas and the good looking women, it's a celebration, bitches drink with no feelings. Music take you away, forget how you been living. And if you cheat tonight, just hope that you forgive it. Success is the reason that I've been feeling different. This lavish lifestyle, it got me back chilling. Hard work pays off ever since the beginning, but that's off topic, back to handle business. I want you to get off your ass and just move. Just let your body feel the groove. But if you can't, well, that's cool, but you don't hear me though.
I like to give a toast, make sure your glass is filled. I wanna thank God and then I thank myself. Thank you, nigga. Cause it's a celebration, bitches. Live music and fly women. Real niggas is in the building. Fuck how I hate them feelings. Fuck your feelings, nigga. Right now you should feel privileged. Why? Cause you rockin' with the realest, so enjoy. I said enjoy. I said enjoy. I said enjoy yourself. I said enjoy yourself.
I finish this bottle and then I'm done. Killing these niggas, that shit ain't fair. Tell them I need room in the booth. Why? Because I can't get loose. Fuck the bills, how you feel? Twerk it all in my grill. Young and ratchet, or grown with sex appeal. You got a bum nigga and your kids with the sitter. Baby, fuck all that, tryna relax and chill with you. Tell your girls you be headed to my section, you be right back. Chillin' for some hours, champagne showers, know you like that. Take a few shots, baby, gone for your mind. Finally chillin' winter, baby, it's about time now.
I want you to get off your ass and just move. Just let your body feel the groove. But if you can't, well, that's cool, but you don't hear me though.
I like to give a toast, make sure your glass is filled. I wanna thank God and then I thank myself. Thank you, nigga. Cause it's a celebration, bitches. Live music and fly women. Real niggas is in the building. Fuck how I hate them feelings. Fuck your feelings, nigga. Right now you should feel privileged. Why? Cause you rockin' with the realest, so enjoy. Yeah. I said enjoy. I said enjoy. Hey, hey, I said enjoy yourself. I said enjoy.
Yo, that joint right there is dope. That joint right there. Y'all look like y'all had a good time shooting that video. I seen a lot of familiar faces. Y'all captured it. It was a moment in the NC scene right there. Y'all got a lot of people in there that are familiar faces. What was it like putting that show together? And what was the experience like on the set?
Oh, that was all the way fine, man. Up until we did Enjoy It, we was doing different, like, as you said, wanting to prove ourselves. When we were going to London Bridge for a whole year, we did a different set every week just to show everybody we were diverse and we had tons of music. So when we finally did a single, it was like a celebration. About time y'all got, you know what I mean? So to do Enjoy It, and like most of the people you see in the video were from us building those relationships after the hiatus from the shows. So that's what that was dope. So like when we watching it now and like, we forgot they was in the video, you know what I mean? I see some people in there who's passed away. RP Brendan, RP Dana. So yeah, so it was a special moment, man. So and that was our first video, Future Assholes. So yeah, so that's always special.
Yeah, that's real right there. So looking back at it, now you're getting them nostalgic moments. Right. It's like, okay, you're looking back at where you are now from where you came from. What's your thoughts now? Looking back, like, yo, is it like, whew, like, yo, we came a long way. Like you said, it's them blessing memories. Some people going now, like, yo, we did it. We still keeping the legacy going. What's that moment you feeling now looking back at your first one?
It just makes you hungry and like more appreciative of time, man. Like, you know, like it flies by. Like that video, I think like 5 years old now. Like to not have some people here with us just makes you want to go get it more because you just never know, you know what I mean? Tomorrow ain't promised. So it's just more appreciative and just more hungry, you know?
Right. That's real right there. So did Knox do the beat on that one, and that was before pre-Knox doing production?
That was pre-Knox or whatever. Ms. Reed found that beat and brought it to the studio, and they laid that down and they called me like, yo, you got to get here. We got one with this one. So like for us to do as many records as we have and for them to be like, yeah, it's the single. I know it was crazy, you know what I mean? So yeah, when I got there, we laid that down and yeah, that was that.
Okay, so let's talk about that process. What's y'all recording process like? Like who normally comes up with the beat? Who normally comes up with the hook? And what is it like when y'all come together? What are y'all doing? How do y'all get in y'all zone to make these records for the people?
Usually beats now is usually Knox. Sometimes as he said, Soul Food doing. But like as far as like the forgotten, all of us were finding beats and just shooting them to each other. You know what I mean? Knox, the studio at his house, so he always here, whatever. I'm always writing. Reed pop up, do his verses whenever. You got to get him in the studio. You got to catch this guy.
Right.
He fight.
Yeah, he fight, dog. He show up, do his verse, and go home sometimes. You got to find this guy. He get missing. Right. But yeah, man. A lot of hooks. Like we all solo artists, so we all listen to different things. That's why the music be so bipolar. Sometimes it's hip hop, boom bap. Right. Sometimes you'll get paper. You know what I mean? Just because we listen to everything. So we all writers. We just write it or whatever. So it depends. Sometimes like tonight, we all in the studio tonight banging out music. So it just depends on the vibe or whatever. We rarely ever write together.
Rarely. Never.
Wow.
Like we're never in the studio writing a song together. Like usually he at the crib or wherever he working. I'm in most of my stuff I come up while I'm driving or whatever the case may be. So like it's very rare you get us in the studio just writing and banging out a song.
Wow. Okay. So y'all done came a long way because now you done found yourselves. You done mastered your crafts. Y'all all indie artists on your own coming together. What are some things that you do different now, preparing for the studio or coming in the studio versus when you first started?
I think just at the beginning and all, we was trying to be perfectionists or whatever, like have it already written down and this time. We get in the studio and wing a lot of stuff. Now I might come in with 8 bars, finishing when I get here, or we bounce ideas and everything. Even like going back to the shows, like we were laughing at performing. We'll get on stage and not hear a song. We don't care. You know what I mean? It's raw hip hop and stuff. So like the first time we might perform at a hill full track is in front of everybody. Wow. So like we don't care no more. It's just hip hop and it's fun moments now. So we look back and laugh at all those. So I think now we just do it, just pure vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right.
And that's the thing right there. When y'all mentioned the names of the groups that y'all had, they did it their own way. And I see that a lot of y'all implementing that, like as far as creative control, Y'all painting your own lane, y'all making your own direction, and y'all creating your own wave, and that's admirable in a game where everything is so cookie cutter, where everybody's doing the same thing. So it's like with the new projects that y'all worked on. Okay, now we did the Forgotten. Okay. Y'all take the break, right? You take the hiatus. The sound changes to Blacklisted.
Right.
What was the story behind the title of the project?
Behind Blacklisted, we just was not getting, as far as the shows, it's not just saying a little earlier, just getting overlooked for shows we knew we were qualified for.
Right.
And it wasn't music related. Like if we was whack, that's one thing. We got you. But we can't nobody on that show see us on that stage and to get overlooked consistently. We just felt we were being blacklisted for the name and for whatever other reasons, as far as having the script at the shows. One promoter told us we was a disgrace to hip hop. You know what I mean? Wow. So yeah. This is after we performed at that venue previously a lot of times, but after the script was hit, we became the script club group. Like once we do like one record, a lot of people like to label us type things or whatever. We all we're bipolar. So one single might be going back, the next one to be completely different. It's just how we feel or whatever at the time. So that's what Blacklisted was. Just everybody placing an opinion on us and you know what I mean, trying to act like we want those guys. So we just embraced it and got busy.
Right. And I feel you on that. And that's the thing. It's like sometimes as artists, they try to put you in a box. They try to, you got to do it this way. And it's like you said, y'all all have 3 personalities. Then even inside of the group, y'all have a niche sound where it's like, you might have the party records where you're having fun. Then you got the lyrical side. So you see every side. So let me ask y'all a question. Outside of music, who are you on a regular date? Like, you like, the serious person, you more the jokey one, you like to laugh, like, outside of music, who are y'all for the people that may not be familiar?
With good vibes, we always wilding out, man. Everybody's personality different, man. Especially with us getting older, too. So it ain't even how it was when we first, got or whatever. We used to club all the time. But we really don't party now. We all dads now, you know what I mean? So father mode, so... For me personally, is then being with the fam, music, and working. So you know what I mean. My life pretty much consistent of those things, man. I know what the vibe is now, and just in my craft for most. But easy.
He be doing football.
Yeah, wow. He football dad.
He playing football.
Football dad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
He be helping other kids that can't get that ain't financially set.
Yeah.
To get on teams. He don't pay for a lot of kids to play football.
Yeah, that's dope right there. And investing in the kids, that's real life-changing stuff right there. So it's like not only are y'all doing it musically, y'all giving back and you're helping. And that's always a plus right there. And it's like the thing that I can say about you guys, y'all always had a good vibe. You always came in like y'all willing to network, you're willing to work, and y'all always been perfecting y'all craft. You never stopped getting better. You always been progressing. So it's like, okay, Blacklisted drops. The people, they hear the record. What was the response from the record?
Oh, yeah, that was Redline. Yeah, they loved it. Blacklisted probably got the most promotion we ever had. Shout out to DJ Supreme for getting that on K97.5. We were more out of state than anything. We did Redline first. That was the same how High Stakes is. Everybody was rocking with it. It was dope. Second single was Paper. As you seen with the video, when Paper came, like the whole vibe just switched there. The reception behind that was different. The only thing they cared about us, they were just like, that video, but Blacklisted was all the way up, man. We currently shooting videos for Blacklisted too, man. We had took some time off to get things right. So there's probably about 6 songs that are in the works off Blacklisted that our videos come to.
Yeah, and that's dope right there, because that's definitely a dope body of work. You also had a popular sample on that album, a couple of them, but I'm gonna talk about one. You had a popular sample up there. I remember being in the club. They said "Future Assholes of America" coming to the stage, and the Far Side joint dropped. And I said, wait a minute, because I'm not in the studio with y'all, so I'm only hearing what I hear when y'all performing and stuff like that. So it's like this is around the era time where it's like y'all dropping singles, but it's so much more that we didn't hear. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it's like to see the versatility in y'all. It's like I'm used to a certain type of thing. So when this Far Side joint dropped, I said, wait 1 minute, hold on. Then I started listening to the lyrics on the song. And I'm like, yo, they really got something, and they're deep in their hip hop. What made y'all do y'all version to that record? And that's a big underground hip hop record. What made y'all choose that sound?
That was that record, man. My cousin Kevin from Connecticut came when I was little. God rest his soul, he dead now too.
Wow.
Kevin used to come down. He used to be like my old. I'm a little dude. He way older than I am. And then he used to come down. Every time he come down, he used to bring music from up there,
right
down here. And that's all me and him. That's all we used to do. Listen to hip hop records. And then he brought I remember I first heard Far Side, that She Keep On Passing Me By.
Right.
Because he kept saying when he first came down, he just kept singing. And I'm like, man, what's that? And he like, man, it's Far Side. You ain't never heard nothing. Let me check. And he was like, I got it. And then so we had a family reunion the next day, so me and him were together. That day he just kept playing. He just kept playing that record. And it's a Quincy Jones sample.
Wow.
Because we had to get that cleared. My homeboy Danny, shout out Danny. He went and found the label that Far Side was on and all that stuff to get the record cleared. And they said it was a Quincy Jones sample.
Right.
Forgot what album it was, but when he played it, that beat stuck in my head. But the part they rapped on wasn't the part I sample. I love horns, so that horn part right there, it always stuck in my head, and that's the part he kept saying. We play that song like 20 times. Every time it go off, he'll take it back. He'll take it back. So when I started back making beats, songs I used to like as a kid, I would like the Passing Me By, it wasn't supposed to be, that wasn't for, like I say, it wasn't for the blacklisted album.
Right.
It was just something I was doing. And I was just playing with it, and I put the drums on it, and then I was on the phone with IB. And he was like, hey man, he was like, what's that? I'm like, there's a beat I'm working on. He said, I want some of that. And he's like, he said, I'm getting on it. And then I said, all right. And then it's Reed, he damn picky. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be me and IB on this one. And then he heard it, he like, hey man, what's that? I like it in track work. He like, hey man, I want some of that. And I was like, oh, I like, okay. And I like, we'll keep it in the same. I played out like we're gonna keep it in the same subject, the same thing that had it.
Right.
Talking about a girl we can't get. And then I already had my verse, then he laid his, and then he came with his. And that's how it happened.
Yeah. And then I remember a lot of females at the time. Like, yo, that new Future Assholes of America is the shit. So it's like, all right, the ladies was rocking with it, the fellas was rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing the shows, the songs taking off. What came next after that? So we had what was it, Flatline? Hardline?
Red
line. Okay.
Yeah, Red Line, Paper, Passing Me By.
Right.
Those are the three singles for Blacklisted. I think
They got Lotto next. Lotto coming next.
Lotto.
Lotto's the newest single. Newest single coming out off that one, because that one just people like that. I'm surprised they just came.
Right.
They got it. They heard the record and they got it. So that's a real popular one now too. He came up with that one.
Right. And what was the process of Lotto like? How did y'all come up with that concept?
He introduced. Well, he told me about. He found Soul Food. This before he started. We started actually diving into Blacklist, and he was like, "Man, this dude red dope." So I went on his Instagram page, and I was like, "I just need something." You know what I mean? And I mean, like, I searched the dude page for like forever. I think he did that beat in like 2016. That's how far down it was, or whatever. And it just grabbed my attention, and I was like, "Yo," because it was mellow. It wasn't too much. You know what I mean? I didn't want the beat to be all super hard. I just want something I could rhyme on and vibe to. Right. And when I heard that was it, and I was like, yo, we're going to either put it on Blacklisted, if they want to get on it. If not, I'm going to keep it. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, that shit fire. And, we hopped on it, and me and Knox bounced back the hook. We did like 5 different versions of the hook, and once it came through, like, it was perfect, man. It was like, that's like a fan favorite from that album. So, yeah, so we definitely Tried to shoot that.
Yeah, and that's dope right there. Definitely looking forward to that. Yo, like I said, y'all had another one that wound up becoming a single. I got that queued up, but it's not the video, it's just the song. So I'm gonna drop that right quick. That's the Red Line.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna jump into that real quick. And then I'm gonna just bring y'all back after that. I'm gonna mute my mic so it don't mess with the sound.
All right.
All right, bet.
Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illustrators from the stories my pens draw. Fuck the watered down shit, give them that raw. You ain't built for it, my nigga, don't get involved. This ain't that smooth music that has candles involved. This is fucking on the first night, remove your panties and bra. Explicit content, I'm Eddie Murphy and Raw. Murder one, fuck it, let's kill them all. I got a list of names and now I'm marking them off. This is war music, I came ready to brawl. My concentration like sniper shooters. Words touch your souls like reverends talking to you. I rebuke the demons, my congregation say hallelujah. Turn the other cheek, y'all seen what they did to Martin Luther. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illustrators from the stories my pen draw. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illustrators from the stories my pen draw.
It's hard to spread love when niggas got a knife through your spine. It's hard to keep the peace when niggas blow the thoughts out your mind. It's hard to trust a nigga that'll rock you to sleep. It's hard to love a woman that you catch on the creek. It's hard to teach a nigga with the mind of a sheep. It's hard to stay afloat when you carry a leash, or carry a leash trying to drain you from your head to your feet. You know the type that's trying to live off whatever you eat. Parasitic, hope my name burns the mouth of a critic. Hydrofluoric acid, melt your skin like plastic. Ancient art of dropping these hieroglyphics out of master, architecturally designed to stimulate your mind. Seven chakras realign to the tingle in your spine. But beware the serpent who comes to steal and destroy the peace of mind of being in the happiness and joy. But
Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illustrators from the stories my pen draw. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illustrators from the stories my pen draw.
All right, yeah, hold on, brother. Hold on. See, I got ahead of myself. on that one. I won't trying to drop that one yet. That's the new joint right there. I won't even trying to drop that. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I heard that song right there, I said, "Yo, they about to change the game with this one right here. It's so different than what's out now." And I know I was talking about the single off the last project. That song right there, bro. We're gonna go back to that one, but I done played it now. And once it dropped, I'm like, damn, I done played the wrong song. I couldn't stop it. So I tried to put the promotion up there that is out now. But yo, that song right there. Man, let's talk about that sample first. And bro, what was going through your mind when you was cooking that song up and putting it together?
Yeah, okay, that sample. That's actually a gospel record.
Wow.
It was a gospel record. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was a gospel record. Yeah. So I was just going out on YouTube looking for samples. Now I get them through TrackLib because they clear the sample. It's easier to clear record that way.
Right.
So I was just going I just stumbled upon that record, and then I heard it, and it was slow. It was slow, like real slow. They were dragging, like singing. Everything was slow. So I was like, "Ooh, that's hard." And it had that rock feel. And when I heard that, I was like, "I'm gonna speed it up and put some." I was like, "I'm gonna speed it up." So I sped it up, and I sat with it for 2 days because my drums, the drums were the most important thing for that record.
Right.
I wanted to hit, and I wanted to be like the drums had to be disrespectful, had to be ugly. And then when I recorded the record, I did it. Then I recorded the hook, and then I did the verse. And then I was just like, I seen on some movie, and somebody said, "Vengeance is mine." Said, and then I was like, and it was like something ill. I was like, "Oh man!" And I just damn took that, and then I was like, "This is some job." When I was bored, but look, you know what I'm saying? It just came together like that. My homeboy Tony, and that's off my solo project.
Okay.
It's complicated.
And
I just knew I just had records. Yeah, it's complicated because I had records. When I putting this album together, I already knew who I wanted to feature on what. So that record I had my cousin Tony in mind for it. So when he came over, the hook and everything was done.
Wow.
And I played it for him, and he went crazy. Then he laid his verse. And then after he laid his verse, we on that record with the record was recorded like a year ago. It was a year. It was a year old already before we brought it out now. It was a year old because after we recorded, I stopped liking it. I didn't like it.
Wow. After you made it. Right.
Then I went to sleep. After we made and recorded like a year ago, like last year, I ain't like the record no more. Then fast forward to this year, I was at football practice with Marvin, and then the night on a Saturday, the night before this, 19, this is just something I had in my head. But that Friday night, it popped back in my head in a dream, and so I was like, I'm gonna do the record. I'm gonna send the record to Cruz.
Right.
If I send it to Cruz and I was like, check it out first and tell me what you think. And when he hit me back, he like, man, this record is amazing. And that's when I said, let's go with it.
Yes, sir.
After he stamped it, but yeah, so Cruz stamped. He was like, it's crazy. It's a crazy record. And he was like, the drums. When he said the drums were disrespectful, I was like, okay, I did the job, so maybe it is a good record. And then he put his touch on it. It was out of here from there.
Man, you got a problem on your hands with that one. That joint right there is definitely a problem right there. So that's on your project. Yo, when is your project dropping? Because y'all all working on stuff together. Then y'all all working on projects as well. So let them know when they can expect your project.
This dude said 2030. 2030. No, but I ain't got no date on it yet. I ain't got no date on it.
Okay.
I ain't got no date.
2030.
Because I sit on the record for some years if I had that to make me, because when I be making, I be so professional. I do a record and I probably do a record and I probably make like 10 different versions of it before I do one I like.
Wow.
And then it goes on. And that's how it goes. So yeah.
And that's the thing. So it's like it goes through a process. And once you put it out there, you already know what it's going to do because you don't have chances to get it how you want it. And that joint is a big record, and it's currently available now. They can stream it on all platforms, right?
Right. It's everywhere.
Okay, yo. So definitely go check that out. That Vengeance, that's definitely hard. Right. Can they expect the video for that one?
Yes, sir. That's next.
That's the next video.
That's the next video right there. Yo, so that's dope right there.
Real soon.
Yo, Okay, and that's the thing. Y'all got a lot of music. Like you said, y'all all working on different projects. Y'all working on projects together. You dropping singles. We was talking about the Blacklisted. I played the wrong record. I got the right record now. We're going to play that real quick. We're going to talk about the process of how y'all picked that one. And then we're going to pick it back up from there. I got it queued right this time. My bag on the last one. All right. All right, let's jump to that.
All right.
Synesthetic.
I'm a red line, the clutching, red line, dash up on the hundreds, haters watching, and I love it, gotta keep my block high, buzzing. What the fuck you thought it was? We on that new shit. You stay stuck up in the past, we on that new shit. Fucking with the right, why act like you knew shit? You stay talking up your ass, you ain't gon' do shit.
Man, fucking top 5, little nigga. Name another squad, do it bigger. Dressed in all black with my hand on the scrap. Bout to flatline these niggas. Old Dirty said shame on a nigga for trying to run game on a nigga. Told you motherfuckers that we run this shit. Can't say this shit more clear. Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Started feel the present cause your soul ain't right. No, we ain't the same, I stick a spotlight. No, we ain't the same, I stick a spotlight, little nigga. Your girl texting me bad. It's a damn shame what she do for this cash. Making a movie, she twerk for this cash. She sexing me up, that's that color me bad.
When I'm in your city, bitch, show me them titties. I'm ripping Dark City, I'm down by committee. All these bitches in here know that we litty. Get rich or die trying, I think that I'm 50. Rolling with Danny, you know that's my brody. I keep that thing on me, you knew if you know me. I got the sauce, I think I'm Max Wavy. I got the sauce, fuck you, baby.
I'm a red line, the clutching, red line, dash up on the hundreds, haters watching, and I love it, gotta keep my block high, buzzing. What the fuck you thought it was? We on that new shit. You stay stuck up in the past, we on that new shit. Fucking with the right, why act like you knew shit? You stay talking up your ass, you ain't gon' do shit.
Fuck nigga, your squad full of lanes. New Chevy, that's old money, switching lanes. Yo bitch, she rollin', that's Mary Jane. Pulled up, I feel no fucking pain. Double cup the 9 minutes, bitch with 2 red hairs, Lord know they dick. Might be your wifey, but tonight they in here sucking dick. 10 toes down, yeah, I get around every city, nah, I represent. I ain't moved by the fake numbers, when you say my name, better have respect. When I'm in your city, bitch, show me them titties. I'm ripping Dark City, I'm down by committee. All these bitches in here know that we litty. Get rich or die trying, I think that I'm 50. Rolling with Danny, you know that's my brody. I keep that thing on me, you knew if you know me. I got the sauce, I think I'm Max Wavy. I got the sauce, fuck you, baby.
I'm a red line, the clutching, red line, dash up on the hundreds, haters watching, and I love it, gotta keep my block high, buzzing. What the fuck you thought it was? We on that new shit. You stay stuck up in the past, we on that new shit. Fucking with the right, why act like you knew shit? You stay talking out your ass, you ain't gon' do shit.
Watch these lame niggas pipe down when the real nigga come through. If it ain't about the money, motherfucker, why you talking? Cause nigga, I don't hear you. I see your bitch, the eggplant emoji. Watch it first she come through. Dig it down and kick it out, she'll call on Uber. Ain't spending money on you. Look, when the mic is on, my weapon's drawn. Little niggas, I'm stepping on. I got 6 sides like a hexagon, and I'm an evil nigga. Decepticon, pistol play, I'm with the shits. Might just go and fuck you, bitch. Counting stacks while I'm hitting it. I'm living life like I'm filthy rich.
When I'm in your city, bitch, show me them titties. I'm ripping Dark City, I'm down by committee. All these bitches in here know that we litty. Get rich or die trying, I think that I'm 50. Rolling with Danny, you know that's my brody. I keep that thing on me, you knew if you know me. I got the sauce, I think I'm Max Wavy. I got the sauce, fuck you, baby.
I'm a red line, the clutching, red line, dash up on the hundreds, haters watching, and I love it, gotta keep my block high, buzzing. What the fuck you thought it was? We on that new shit. You stay stuck up in the past, we on that new shit. Fucking with the right, why act like you knew shit? You stay talking out your ass, you ain't gon' do shit.
All right, yo. So okay, yo, we just played 2 joints, right? So that's what we was talking about earlier, the versatility that y'all have. So we dropped the Vengeance. We got the hip hop, the Wu type feel. Then we go to this one right here. This is like one of those club performance tracks. How did y'all put that together? And how did y'all come up with the concept for that song?
That's UG. Be nice to the producer.
Shout out Malcolm. Shout out Malcolm B.
Shout out Malcolm B.
It was his homeboy. His homeboy did that beat, and I'm mad at myself because I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Right.
Apologize. I forgot your name, buddy, but you did a damn good job. But
damn good job.
Nah, yeah, Malcolm had his I was over there working on beats. Then Malcolm came by that night, and he was just walking around, and he was like, "My homeboy do such," and they kept talking about his homeboy.
Right.
And then I was like, and I stopped doing what I was doing. Like, Malcolm, I was like, "Malcolm, you want to play some beats?" And he like, "Yeah, I want to play some beats." So he played. It was 10 of them, 1 through 9. 1 through 9 want my particular taste of music, so I didn't like those.
Right.
But when he got to 10, that was Redline.
Wow.
When he got to that one, just the beginning of the drop, and I told him to stop it. I was like, "That's it right there. That's the one." And he was like, "How you know?" I felt it. When it came on, I felt it. And then I called IB, man, listen to this, and we played it. He said, "That's the one." And he called back in an hour with his verse already written. Then I was like, "Okay, we got to get the picky. We got to get the picky one. We got to get the picky one on. We got to get the picky one on board." And so I called It's Reed. Man, listen to this. And then he heard when it came. He like, "Yeah, that's it." So he already had his verse, and that was actually the first song recorded for the Blacklisted album.
Right.
After we got that song, the rest of the album fell in place. But that was the very first record recorded for Blacklisted.
Wow. And it kind of set the tone right there. And it's like, so did y'all get to perform that song?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's a crowd favorite.
Right.
We
So what was that?
A lot of times, actually, man.
Like, what were some of y'all best memories performing that song?
You said what? The internet.
What was some of y'all best memories performing the song? Redline.
Crowd participation felt crazy when the part when we was talking about the Enjoy video, I said a couple people passed. I put a line in there on my homeboy Picasso. His last song he did before he was murdered was I Got the Sauce. So on the pre-hook of Redline, I said I got the sauce. I think I'm ex-slavery. It was a shout out to him. So just to be able rolling with Danny, that's my bro. Be able to shout out the people that y'all don't see.
Right.
And people rap those lines, and you know what I mean? It was dope because it was our way of showing appreciation for the people who do the dirty work behind the scenes. It's favorite things about Redline.
The 2 mascots dancing to the Palooza.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yep. And then so now y'all putting it out there. Y'all back. You got Blacklisted that's jumping off. All right. So y'all was saying y'all all have different sounds. So all right. So when y'all working on y'all projects, what type of sounds do you like, IB? And then it's Reed. What type of sounds do you like? And then Knox, what's your niche sound? And then how do y'all incorporate it in y'all stuff collectively together?
Okay. For me, I like mellow sound. I like Currency. Like it's like a smoker sound. I don't smoke, but I do like smoking music.
Hipster.
A little hipster.
Right.
Yeah. You said you had the record Waves. That you know what I mean. That right there. Orgy was on my first album, Relax and Take Notes also. So you know what I mean. So I still do everything, but I really like mellow music. Just laid back, I can ride to and just chill and drink. For me,
I'm the party. I like up tempo, a lot of up tempo party songs, man. South music, a lot of trap. That's me.
Okay.
Like I said, like man, when y'all get the It's Complicated album, I'm more jazz, pro black type stuff. Like, yeah, it's pretty much jazzy. I don't even really listen to it. I listen to a lot. I don't listen to a lot of rap, to soul music. So it's gonna be a lot of soul. It's gonna be like a lot of soul on the album. It's still gonna be like some groovy stuff, but my music is more talking about what's going on, more pro black. So I'll be more righteous than I do when I'm with a group. I have more fun, but when I'm by myself, it's more of a message behind it.
Right, I feel you on that.
The
It's kind of like
more like I'm trying to, yeah,
and definitely it's like bringing the balance
that's
together.
Shit, right. Then when we get the but when we get together, it's pretty much it's just fun. It's just like that balance. I know what he like, and I know the other one like. So we just take our sounds and blend them all together and like this big gumbo, and it come out well balanced.
And that's one thing about it.
Just blend the sound together real good.
And that's the thing about it. Y'all definitely balance it together, and y'all basically complement each other. But it's like you do have different styles, but it's like they go hand in hand. Kind of like y'all was saying with Tribe, how Q-Tip and Fife, if you put them on two different records, they're going to have two different, but when they come together, they complement each other, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah,
because end of the day, I consider us like even before artists, we're all writers.
Right.
So like read like more South Boom Bap, but I still write South Boom Bap and vice versa. So we all like, so it ain't reaching when we dive into someone else's sound because we're all capable of writing everything. So it's still organic when you hear the name Forrest, and that's part about Future Assholes in America.
Yeah. And that's real right there. And the thing is, like y'all diversity, having different styles, like you said, being able to do all of them. So it's like you may be able to do the soul, you may be able to do the love songs, you may do the trap, you may do a topic, you may do a pro black. So it's kind of like y'all challenge each other because it's like, yo, this might be my comfort zone, but yeah, I can do a rap like that. So it keeps y'all well rounded versus if everybody like the same style.
Right, and that's what I think is Reed Ho made the most sacrifices, because usually most of our records cater to me and Knox style more so than it does his. So like that's why when we do like the traps like Paper, he black out on. Well, he do get a chance, but not as much as he would like, I guess. But yeah, he go down when it's time to go in and shit, and that's why it's dope. But yeah, he made the most sacrifices out of everybody on the sound. Why we call him the picky.
All right, and that's real right there. So let me ask y'all a question. What part of the process do y'all enjoy the most? Is it the coming up with the record, recording the record, or the performance? Each one of y'all, what's your favorite part of the process?
For me, it is the process itself. Like, we was in the studio, like, and I can remember me and Knox just doing High Stakes. And from where it started at, and us bouncing ideas to creating it to be exactly what it is, play some hooks and different things like that, to the whole wave of shooting the video, you know what I mean, and the reaction to it. So it's the whole journey for me now that I'm older. It used to be performing though, but now it's like just seeing it come from a raw idea to actually seeing people receive it the way we wanted them to.
Right.
Performing. I hate recording. But I'll tell everybody I really hate recording, but the performing side of it is my favorite part.
Wow.
I like creating the creation. recording, like creating it better than performing. I like performances. I like the performance too, to see the reaction that you get from it. But I like creating. I like creating more than anything. I spend hours creating music. Just that feel, brother. I can do that all. So that's my favorite part.
Right now, I feel you. And yo, being the engineer one, you say you like the recording part, so I'm gonna keep it right there. So, like, yo, for the people, you say you took a year to learn the business, to learn everything. How much work did you have to put into it? A lot of times, people may see, okay, he make beats, I can make beats, but they don't know the process of learning and the sequencing and how to mix and stuff, put everything together. How hard was it for you to transition into that as well as being an artist?
If it's like it was in me already. So, but I had people around me that groomed me for it. Right. So, like, what I didn't know, like I say, you ask. You don't be scared to ask, because you ain't gonna. You can do more. Like I said, numbers is power. So, Mainbow, shout out to Mainbow, God rest his soul.
Mainbow.
They gonna look at this. They gonna look at this interview like, "Dad, they got a lot of dead niggas." But
we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna get to that. Yeah, that's real.
But no, he groomed me a whole lot. So that was like my training, because I could always rhyme. But far as like style and beat making, all that stuff, he groomed me a whole lot, and he was younger than me. But I learned so much from him. So when it was time, I just took the things he taught me, and then my homeboy Reg Beats, shout out Reg Beats.
He's alive.
He's alive though. He's alive. But he's like one of the, like hands down, next to Soul Food. He's like one of like locally. He's one of the dopest producers I ever heard. But he really don't. He keep his joints to himself, unless we put it on the record and y'all get to hear it. But far as like the beat shows, Reg Beat, he'll never come out to the beat battles. But if he did, thank God he didn't, because a lot of y'all would lose. But yeah, he taught me. I was looping at first. I was a looper. I used to just take a sample and loop it. Right. I loop you to death. But he taught me. He taught me the 16. He taught me the 16 chop, how to chop it. Right. So once I perfected it, that's where I am now. So Reg and both top part.
Yeah, and that's real right there. Like I said, I'm doing the same thing. Right. And I'm learning the same way. So it's like I'm still in that looper stage. So it's like once you get to chopping, 16, now you got a whole nother world of creativity. Now you can manipulate sounds and stuff like that. What's one of your favorite parts of the process of making the beats? Right.
Finding the sample.
Finding the sample.
And when you find that right sample and that right part, and then when you chop that right, and then you put them drums with it, right, and they connect, the craziest thing, boy. You'll feel it. You'll feel it when it's right, and you know when it feels wrong. When it feels wrong, you can feel that too. But when it's right, it's like the perfect marriage.
Wow.
Like the perfect marriage.
Right. So let me ask you, if you could get any samples clear, I know you're a producer, you got $1 million in your mind, like, yo, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to chop that. If you could get any samples cleared, what's 3 of the first ones you're going to grab?
The first one was, oh man, that's a hard question. What's the name of that? What was the name of that? Shit. I always wanted to do. Who was the one? It was the one. There's a lot of. I don't even really know. I can't even really. That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's it. Because there's so many, yo.
Some I still that I have sampled.
Right.
Okay, I got one. I redid LL Cool J Around the Way Girl.
Wow.
Around the Way Girl. I got that one.
Right.
But I haven't got I haven't got it cleared. I haven't got it cleared yet, so I ain't did nothing. I'm just sitting on it, I ain't did nothing with it. I'm be trying to get that cleared. But
Right.
yeah, the Round the Way Girl is one of my favorite that I always wanted to do. And then I got a lot of Anita Baker records that I want to do. But she's going through her thing with the label.
Right.
She's going through her thing with the label where she's trying to get her masters, but the label won't release her masters. So now she shot shout out Anita Baker, but she's fighting to get her masters from the label. They holding them from her, so she's telling all her fans now to stop screaming the music and stop, don't download nothing until she get her master right, because she's getting no money for. So there's some records that I want to sample hers, but out of respect of her, I won't touch them until she get that legal stuff clear.
Nah,
and they become hers, so something can go to her.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact. That's a fact right there.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. And that's a fact right there. You said a powerful thing when it comes to the masters. And a lot of times these artists, they're not getting paid. They sign a bad deal, stuff like that. And then you also said getting the sample cleared. There's a lot of producers, they're making beats, but they're not sampling the thing. So now you lease the beat or whatever, you put it out there. Copyright claim. How did you learn about sample clearing? And how hard was it for you to grasp the concept and make it happen to start being able to get your beats clear?
I got sample clearing. I used to watch a lot of hip hop documentaries, and they took a book. It was they said this book, all you need to know about the music business, you get it at Barnes and Noble, and they teach you every aspect of the music business. And it teach you about sample clearing. It teach you about copywriting. Teach you about publishing. Teach you about everything that artists are supposed to know, but a lot of artists don't know.
Right.
But for the producers that like sampling, because I can't play, so if you like sampling, a good place to go is TrackLib. TrackLib up there, they got category A, got category B, category C records, where you can you get the sample from there. But you can pay $30 a month, $50 a month, or $5 a month, and they give you points. And you can pick any sample up there, and it's a category. So I tell you, if your pockets ain't right, stay in the category C. If you're in the category C, the most you're gonna pay for that to get that sample cleared, you got to pay. They already got the masters to it, but you just got to pay them $50. You pay that $50. That artist, they own a percent. How much of the record you sample, they own a percentage of that record. So every time when y'all do the song splits, you put the artist down, you get the $50. You give them the $50, and then every time the song gets screened or rotated, or if it's in the movie, you get your cut off of it, and the artist who originally made the song get cut off of it. So TrackLib is the place to go if you want to sample. If you have a hard time clearing records, just sample off TrackLib. Get a membership on TrackLib. All them samples up there is cleared.
Right.
And you ain't even got to go through the headache.
Right. And that you just dropped the jewel for the producers out there. Get on TrackLib. Do it the right way so you don't wind up getting sued later. Because a lot of times, like people, the same thing. People doing music, they don't do their publishing. They just get the masters. They think of the masters. Send me my track in the mail. They don't have the sessions now. They put the record out. They don't protect the record. What are some mistakes learning the business the way y'all did? I like what you said. Y'all stopped for a year to learn the business. There's so many of us, we have talent, and we like, talent is going to take us all the way. That's why we wind up in these lawsuits later. Or you hear these artists like, I signed a bad deal because they never learned the business. What are some of the mistakes that people make not knowing about the business?
First mistake is you gotta have we got love for what we do. So don't chase the dollar. Don't chase money. Don't do this for money. Don't do it for money, because if you chase some money, it's gonna send you down that rabbit hole every time. Because once you sign that deal, you got Master P. Master P. He was signing artists and he was giving them. He said, "I give you 500, give you 500,000 up front for you to cut me a record." And he said a lot of artists used to look at him and be like, 500,000. When I can go over here, they're gonna give me $1 million to sign. But they don't understand that 500,000 is all you're gonna come home with. After you going probably not even the 500,000 because half of them gonna blow it because they ain't seen that much money. You ain't seen that much money in a lifetime. So half of them gonna blow it. So he's giving you what you're gonna leave with anyway, just to cut a record. But we talking about they gonna give you $1 million, probably like for a 3-album deal or a 4-album deal.
Right.
He just said one record and you leave with 500. Most people do like them 3-album deals and they still be broke. TLC was the highest selling female group and they were broke as shit.
Broke. That's a
broke
fact.
as hell, grant and everything. The highest selling female group and didn't have no money. So you gotta realize that's a loan. It's like when they give you that $1 million, when the label give you that money, it's an investment. So it's a loan. So you gotta give them that money back. It ain't no bad deals that you signed, but you just gotta understand it's a loan.
It's a loan.
Until you pay that loan back, you stuck in that contract. It ain't no bad deal. They just want their money back. They just want their money. Give me what you owe.
Right.
And then we'll let you go. But you think you're gonna walk away owing me money? No. It ain't gonna happen.
Right. And you just set the record straight right there, because we hear the story all the time. I signed a bad deal. You said a powerful thing. It wasn't a bad deal when they got the money. It wasn't a bad deal when they gave you the money. It was a bad deal when they said, now where's that money I let you hold? I need that money back. Now it becomes a problem.
Right.
So let me ask you with
like
y'all right.
You said what?
No, I was saying, so with the experience that y'all have in the game, with people when they're saying loans and business like that, how did y'all learn to separate personal from business and be able to start your own company, Dark City Entertainment, and y'all doing y'all thing independently, everything in-house? How was that process like?
It just comes down to the individuals, man. We're not greedy, and you know what I mean. So like we family, so like we was already looking out for each other before the music stuff happened. So like if one lost a job, who was going out, we all looked out for each other. So when it comes down to splitting royalties on songs, we ain't never tripping. You know what I mean? It just depends on who did most on that record, and we divided that way. So it just depends on your team, man. If everybody with the same goals, you know what I mean, on the same page, ain't gonna be no problem. But when that greed and that ego hit, you're gonna come into some obstacles, you know what I mean? So it's just the team around you, you know.
Right. Nah, that's real right there. And they say more money, more problems. Money breeds envy. A lot of people get different when the fame gets involved. So y'all said y'all started out with 5 people. I'm pretty sure it was more people around y'all. Let's talk about that process. Like, how long would you say y'all been in the game?
Shit. I tell you what, when we did the talent show, that was an 03.
03.
So, you know what I mean? That was getting down with the Dark City Entertainment. Yeah, so that was an 03. So yeah, almost 20. Like I was 13 doing my first show. So yeah, so we've been rocking for a while. Yeah.
Right. So you've seen a lot. Y'all all seen a lot. Right. So at 13, y'all in the game. 20 years later, take me through that journey. Let's do the highs and the lows. Take me through that 20-year journey. Let's go through each one of y'all. Take me through the highs. These are the peaks. These were the best times. These were the low times. Looking back 20 years later.
For me, I'd say the highs for me was at first, but it was being naive, not knowing the stuff we talking about now, like the business and stuff. It was just just doing it for the love of it, you having fun or whatever. The lows is like when the business coming, you learn that shit, and it ain't just now it's politics and the blacklisted part and stuff like that. I miss when it was just pure fun and enjoyment sometimes, you know what I mean? You feel like a kid doing it and everything. So I've gotten back to that now, but I took like a hiatus, like I do on Facebook and don't follow nobody. because it's so much politic and stuff like that, and I kind of lose love for it, for the scene itself or whatever. So for me, it's just that joy, man. Just getting on stage and that rush and everything like that or whatever for me.
Highs. It really ain't been too many lows for me. It really hasn't. But these years, man, doing music with the two people that I love, two people that I respect, as far as that craft and all that.
Right.
And, and just
You love me?
yeah, like you, man. Yeah, like, but it's just all highs, bro. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. We didn't have some fun moments. A lot we can't say on record, but we had some fun moments, But it really ain't been too many.
Right.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, but no, it's been the highs when it was like you said, when it was fun, and then when I got introduced to the politic parts, like all the damn documents and them song splits, and splitting like the splitting records, and in the process of recording, like learning like the track out, like when you seeing beats, like learning the track outs and the waves and all that stuff. You just want to rap it first, but you just get a beat from a producer, and you don't own beats in the track, so he just give you like a wave, and it ain't tracked out because you ain't paid for that beat.
Right.
And then the producer be like, it sound kind of muddy, and you be like, man, I don't care, I just want to rhyme on it. And then, but they telling you they're explaining like that. But me being on the other side of it now, I understand coming from. But back then, I just wanted to record, and they was fucking the vibe up, talking about it ain't gonna sound right because the beat muddy. Right here, it sounds too basic. I like, man, just record. And I just wanted to get my thoughts out. So that was a process of learning. But my lowest moment where I didn't want to do it no more was when my mom died. Right. That was the lowest moment I ever experienced. Still going through it now. Because she was there the whole process, but she was there during the building process. So when it was time to celebrate, she didn't get to see nothing. She didn't get to see none of it. Because I
was on this take notes when she passed.
We did a show. We did a show in Richmond, and my mom's was she was in the hospital. She came home that night, and she set up, and we came back from Richmond about 2-3 in the morning, and we came home, and she was sitting there waiting for us, and we're like, you should be arrested. She's like, nah, I just want to see you, talk to her. We set up and talked to her, and the next day she died. So so that was one of my lowest. That was one of the lowest moments for me, and I didn't want to do it no more.
Right, I definitely can understand that.
All that stuff. Right.
I definitely understand that. So it's like her being there in the beginning, then losing her. That definitely is going to be a major.
Right.
It's tough to keep it moving. So like, how did you? I know you're doing it for her, and she's still proud of y'all and watching down and all that. How did you find the strength to pick the mic back up and say, you know what? She will want me to do this.
Okay. For me, it took a while, man, because I was with her during the whole time of my first time on Relax and Take Notes project or whatever. So like, right, and then just going through everything in life, and then like with her passing, she passed a couple months after I had the birth of my son. I felt like a completely different person from that first album. So like, I wasn't even listening to those records like Waves and stuff like that. Orgy, I wasn't even like that guy on like when we were shooting those videos. I wasn't even that guy by the time released it was. I didn't get to enjoy the album the way I wanted to. So it took a while for me, like to the point where they started recording before I did, and everything. And it just, as time progressed, it happened naturally. Just getting back in or whatever. But like losing motivation. That was a tough blow for real.
That's facts. That's a fact. That's a fact right there. So you said Waves was on the first project.
On my first solo album.
Okay, on your first solo album. That was Take Notes. So let's talk about that real quick because I got the Waves video. Who shot that video for you for Waves?
Okay. That was one of the videos we shot ourselves. Actually, we just went to the beach, took the camera out there, and just shot it. We wanted to do that ourselves. That was I think our second one we shot ourselves. So, yeah. So we did that one first. Knox and Rio shot that one.
Okay, so let me ask you, what was that like, yo? Now you have more creative control. Y'all shooting versus having a videographer. It was like in the beginning, you kind of it's their vision kind of. Now that you have control, you're shooting it on your own. How was that transition? What was the difference like on the set?
Man, it was free. And like we always had input like as far as the videos itself, but you know, you battling ideas from somebody, you know, versus their ideas too. You know what I mean? So with this one, we already knew before we knew what we wanted to do, so it was easy. Same as working in the studio and doing performance and stuff like that. We kind of know what each other like, so it was smooth. It was fun though. Yeah. So we go hard with ideas versus each other too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But yeah, but it was that was fun though. It was real fun.
Okay, that's dope right there. So let's talk about y'all shoot the video now. Y'all edit it yourself. Who knew how to edit and who said, yo, you know what? Yo, I'm about to edit this one. We doing this one. Which one of y'all was the one like, yo, we can do this ourselves?
For Rozzy, we shot it. We sent it off to my homeboy Rozzy, who did the paper video. He did the editing on that one. So yeah, we passed it off. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all did the post.
Yeah, that ain't what I do. I passed it off. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so y'all did the pre-recording and then y'all sent it and let him edit it out. It comes together. What was the reaction to the video when it dropped?
People were rocking with it, but Waves was just a video we shot just threw out there. Like we really push Waves, like talk about, you know what I mean? And I guess that was a part of me talking about like my mom passed me, not really like trying to push an album aside or whatever, but we just threw it out there just to have a visual for it, and it ain't get pushed the way we pushed the other ones. And that was, you know, on me, just wanted to release and throw it out there. But for the people who did see it, you know what I mean, they liked it. So, you know.
Yeah. So that's dope right there. It's definitely a different type of vibe than the other videos we played. We're going to jump into that video right quick, and then we're going to talk about the concept and how you came up with that. Because it's like, I feel the concept. It's like sometimes you just want to get away. We're going to talk about that after we play the video. So we're going to jump to Waves. You can go ahead and introduce the Waves video right quick.
All right, this was my fourth single off my first album, Relax and Take Notes, Wave, produced by Mono Beats, shot by us. That's it, 100.
All right.
They never say you're great till it's too late. And all you do, they never appreciate it. See, this moment was planted, I spoken into existence. Not everything that is granted, I appreciate it. Dear Father, dear Lord, I swear that I appreciate it. Look, God called my homie Maine. I ain't been the fucking same. So much on my brain, I swear it's hard to maintain. Stressing, but there's a blessing with these lessons. Guessing, I get some answers with these questions. Looking at God like why us? My cousins born with silver spoons, but now they fucking screw ups. Won't say no names because they know who they are. I bust my ass at Walmart just to get me that car. The fucking ball on them, not return calls on them. Ask a nigga for a favor and I stall on them. Truthfully, that's not my character. I'd rather help those sit in the room and change the world with the power of a flow. Yo. I swear I can travel for days. I hear this beat and I get lost in these ways. My cousin told me crime pays. Now we upstate serving them days. I wish we all could get lost in these ways. I swear I could travel for days. I hear this beat and I get lost in these ways. My cousin told me crime pays. Now we upstate serving them days. I wish we all could get lost in these ways. Get lost in these ways. I could travel for days. I hear this beat and I get lost in these ways. My cousin told me crime pays. Now we upstate serving them days. I wish we all could get lost in these waves. Get lost in these waves.
All right, so that was Waves right there. Definitely feeling the vibe on that one right there. So let's talk about that. The vibe is real. The vibe was definitely real on that one. So watching the video back, what's some of the thoughts that run in your mind that stand out about that weekend when y'all shot that video?
It was hot.
He said it was hot. Man, I lost a lot of weight. That was my main thing, but I was like, good. But yeah, man, how fun it was to do it. When Mono sent me the beat, I told him it took me forever to write it because I wanted to go to the beach and write it. So my peace place, I like to go to the beach once a year. So I waited till I went to the beach to write the record, and then I waited the next year to shoot the video because I wanted to do it all while I was at the beach and everything, just to vibe. So yeah, man, it was dope, man. Shout out to Main Boy, like you said. It's that guy took my homie Main. Never was talking about him. And everything. Just had a lot going on at that time. And just wanted to Malcolm P on that record and doing this thing. And, that was Waves. That's more of me. A solo artist, that's more of my vibe. That's what we talking about earlier. I like mellow records and stuff like that or whatever. That's me.
Okay. So you zoned out. You at the beach. That's like your relaxation because there's a lot that goes on. It's like people don't understand. It's like, being an artist, it's like your life now is in the public is watching. So it's like you might be having a bad day. Might be something going on at the house, but you're an artist. People don't understand the other side of the game. So it's like, okay, you put your project out. You lose one of the most important people to you. Yeah, I said earlier, you lost a lot of people along the way.
Right.
From the outside looking in, people, they think, okay, they just rapping. Right. They see the good sides. Y'all went through a lot. You sacrificed a lot. We all go through things. Life happens.
Right.
How have you changed from when you came in the game to 2021 now? And I'm going to ask each one of y'all individually. Like, how have you changed? What have you learned from the game? Even Biggie Smalls said it. Been in this game for years. Made me an animal. Rules to this. So, like, being in the game as long as y'all have, how do you think it affected who you are? And looking back, what's some of the differences now as 20 years later?
I think me personally, like I'm truly like an asshole now. As far as we were talking about the beginning of the journey, I look at them and like sometimes like what they be saying be one in out the other, man. I think they manipulate artists and stuff. So now, 20 years later, I just appreciate being an indie artist more.
Right.
Me and Nasa talking about how much the artist goes through as a whole, far as and financially, the whole process and everything like that. So yeah, I think, man, just being a stronger artist, that tunnel vision, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Yeah, that's for me. Yeah.
For me, is if I don't want to do it, I ain't gonna do it. Like straight like that. Like I don't care no more. I know, we wanted to please everybody. Now it's like I don't give a fuck what you think.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna do what we want to do and do it how we want to do it. And that's me.
Right. That's real.
So, kids, stay out the way. Take your ass home. Stay out the way. That's me now. I work, come home, play video games, and make music. And save money, please. Save money. Definitely. Save money. Save money. But now, That's it, man. I just stay out the way now. When I was younger, I used to want to be out there because I feel like I was missing there. I was missing something. It was something was like missing, but nah, man, you ain't missing nothing. Stay home.
Right.
Chill, man. Chill. Enjoy life. Enjoy him. Kick it with your fam, man. But and then, like they say, sum it up to what they say. Say no. Have morals. Believe in yourself. Believe in you. Even though they're gonna tell you, if you don't do this, it ain't investing in yourself. No,
all investments aren't good.
Investments. Boy, you can go down there. You can go down that rabbit and sink quick. No, just believe in yourself, man. Because if your talent won't good enough, they won't never notice you in the first place.
Right.
So when they came to you, your talent introduced you to them. So when y'all get further along on your journey, and they stop believing in your talent, they ain't the ones for you. Because it's like where we at now. People like the music. They were like, oh man, the music is great. The music is good. But the music been great, been good. But you had people. The further we got in that journey, they would like try to change it. They told us at a show in front of people where they could have pulled us to the side. Told us with a name like Future Asshole, y'all ain't gonna never make it on the radio. And a year later, we was on the radio. We was on the radio. That same station. They say we couldn't never make K97.5. We made a year later. We made K97.5 with the same name. But you don't have to say Future Ass. You can say FAOA. It's simple. But his way is just stay out the way and be yourself. Yeah. And stay humble. And pray.
Definitely pray.
Definitely you need God in this business. You need God in this business. Like you need somebody, whoever you believe in, pray to him. Because there's some devils out here, man. And if you ain't strong-minded and don't know yourself, you'll get lost.
Right.
You'll get lost.
And that's real right there. It's like if you don't know who you are, somebody will tell you who they want you to be. So it's like you said, having a mindset of knowing like this is who I am, this is what I stand for. And y'all definitely doing that well. So it's like they told y'all what you couldn't do. We said, I'm going to show you what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So now that moment when y'all joint drops on K97, the same station, they said y'all in front of everybody, you'll never get on this station.
Mm-hmm.
How did that moment feel now?
Mm-hmm.
Where now they're playing your music. That's that moment of vindication.
Man, a boo boo. That's one of them nana boo boos.
You lock the front door, but the back door was cracked.
The back door was cracked.
We went in. We in here now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like,
got in there. We in here.
So y'all make it in. So now y'all up there, y'all on K97.5. Obviously, y'all learning and maturing, so you're applying different moves. How do y'all approach projects now versus in the beginning? I know y'all said some things y'all just threw out there now. I see this time around y'all doing marketing, y'all doing a lot of promotion, you're building anticipation. What approach did y'all change as y'all been in the game longer? Like what things did you implement to make your team stronger?
We had a lot. This time it was more about the boring. It was about the boring parts. We locked in more on the boring parts, like their marketing, budgeting. Like I said, save your money, budgeting, and that's all the behind the scene. We have other things. We ain't had no. It wasn't organized. We ain't had no budget. Whatever happens. We was in the dark shooting.
I got it.
Right.
Yeah, it was in the dark shooting. We were just shooting in the dark. If you hit a target, you hit a target. If you miss, hey, I almost had it. But But no, it's more than planning this time. Everything has a theme.
Right.
We just build from that. We work more on the foundation. Like the foundation is more grounded now. It's more stable.
Right. And they would say that's more polished and stuff like that. It's more professional and things like that. So y'all implementing that. So I hear y'all say y'all both, or everybody has families and stuff like that. So how do y'all balance being an artist, being a father, working a job, and doing all these different roles and keeping it together? How do y'all stay focused?
It's tough, and I ain't gonna lie to you, because everybody wants time. You know what I mean? Everybody needs some form of attention. Me personally, like to the point where now, like I call these dudes 4 o'clock in the morning. They are working. They doing music and shit because that's like it's balancing. It's stressful. You know, it's hard. Can't everybody do it, man? But sometimes, like I work night shift on my day job, my night job technically. I get off call this dude at 7 o'clock in the morning because I know Knox up working in the studio. So like it's just balancing time. Like I said, most of my music comes from driving. I'm in the car driving, so just learning that balance. You know what I mean? Because ain't nothing cooler than being a father. And you know what I mean? So just learning the balance and applying it and making it happen. Right. I do. What about you, Reed?
Staying focused, man. Understanding the goals that I have to achieve and knowing what I want from little man, from my little man, and
he sound like a nigga.
I don't know. Like, after this interview is gonna be my first time in the studio in months.
Wow.
I mean months.
Yeah.
It's been months. I hate this recording process. But other than that, it's just staying focused, man.
Yeah, that's real. That's real right there.
Shut up, man. So, yo.
Yeah, I'm here.
No,
we here. Yo, so I ain't gonna hold y'all long because I know y'all got the session and all that going on tonight. And I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I definitely appreciate y'all coming through. I just got maybe like 2 questions before I let y'all go though. And this is outside of music. It's this even in the high stakes, I heard y'all touch on it. Y'all talking about like the Black lives and the community and stuff like that, things that's going on in the world. So with everything that's happening now with the Derek Chauvin and all the stuff, the people getting killed around the world, what's your outlook on that? And what advice do y'all have for the young men out there that might be watching the show?
That's tough.
That's a good question. That's a real dope question. And then it's real sad because right now, us as black men, it's like it's cursed. It's a curse to be black. You know what I'm saying? It's a curse to be black. And then I just want to. I mean, they were like, that's what Vengeance and High Stakes before, just to touch on it, just to tell the white, just to tell the cops we're not your target practice. Stop making it. We're not your target practice. Stop killing us. That's what I'm saying. We got, and then all 3 of us are dads, and we have
boys.
We have boys.
Right.
And so I talk to him, I tell him like, hey man, certain ways you gotta move. And he be like, why? And then I tell him I feel bad because of your color.
Right.
Because of your color. It's been like that for years. And they say it slowed down. It ain't stopped. They just had ways of covering it up.
Right.
They hide it, they conceal it real well. They master manipulators, man. It's crazy, and it's sad. They the devil. And what they do to us, how you can't tell the weight of a stun gun or a gun.
Right.
It's crazy. It's like crazy, and then but what I tell before as the message to the black people, we got to stop this black on black violence.
That's what I was gonna say.
We got to stop that, and we got to unify. Love is the key to everything, man.
That's a fact.
Because numbers, like I've been saying the whole time, numbers is power. Numbers is power, and black is beautiful, man. We need to stop. Like we have a lot of records where we disrespect our black women, and they saying some of the women to the point where the women don't even feel like we appreciate them no more. So that's why we need to get back. We need to get back to that self-love, black love. Love is the answer, man. We got to love ourselves and stop fighting amongst each other and come together. And it's something powerful that can't stop us when we're together. But as long as we stay divided, they're gonna continue to win.
No, that's real right there. That's a real fact.
That's my outtake.
Right, that's real answer.
Man, you pretty much summed it up. Right. Yeah, you pretty much summed it up, man. It's real times out here, man. It's crazy. These body cams ain't changing nothing. It's hard to tell them. I mean, my biggest thing would be stop the black on black crime, man. Because if we killing us and they killing us, then there'd be no more. You know what I mean? But for the most part, they used to say, you know, how we carry ourselves was a huge part. You see these guys getting shot with suits on. The incident with the my man in the army,
right?
Uniform, you know what I mean? So it really don't even matter how you carry yourself. That color is everything, man. At the end of the day, you either black or brown. You know what I mean? So just be safe, trust in God, and you know, do you move carefully though. That's what I feel.
Right.
Yeah, I summed it up.
That's real right there. That's real. And like I said, I know y'all got the studio session and all that. I'm looking forward to the music. We got High Stakes out right now. Vengeance is out right now. So for the last question I want to ask y'all, and it's a group question or y'all can do it separate. It's up to y'all. Well, actually, it's going to be a 2-part question. What can the people expect for the rest of 2021? That's the first part, right? And then the second question would be, you know how they do these hip hop honors and stuff like that, and they're speaking about the group. I want each one of y'all to talk about another member in the group. What legacy do they bring to the game, and how should they be remembered, and what stamp did they make on the game? And y'all will talk about each about the next person. So like Traffic would talk about Reed, or y'all can do it however. The mark they made, looking back at your career and where you're going. So you would kind of be speaking it in reverse. So it's like if this was the end, 50 years from now.
Okay.
Knox is describing this was IB Traffic to hip hop. That's how y'all gonna do it. And what can the people expect from y'all for the rest of the year?
Okay, so for the first question, pressure. As Reed just said, it's gonna be a lot of videos this year. We shooting. We got tons. Still recording the music, wrapping up my album. Knox got the beat tape and his album. Reed finishing his album. So it's gonna be a lot of visuals this year, man. We've been chilling, letting y'all eat. Man, that shit by the end.
They wanted us out, so,
yeah, so
we popping out.
We going hard with it. Pressure. My thing I would definitely say about Reed, and which is an easy thing for me, man, because as he said, he don't like coming to the studio. But he's one of the best performers I've seen, man. He's the X Factor. He give us the go. Like that. This guy plays the drums, he dances, he raps, you know what I mean? This guy does everything. So far as performance, he's like easily one of the best performers I've ever seen. He's the light touch him from photo shoots to video shoots to on stage. He has that it factor. Like I'm constantly chasing what they do on stage sometimes or whatever, man. So just that, man. And that's with him BSing sometimes.
Right.
And he's still one of the best guys I know. So when he locked in, they not fucking with him. But yeah, so just as one of the best performers that Carolina's ever seen.
That's a fact.
Oh, so
Boom.
I gotta follow that.
Yeah, you gotta follow that.
I gotta follow. Boom. Well, Knox, this guy is one of the hardest workers that I ever came being in contact with. As far as if it's not producing, is writing. You know, as far as one of the best rappers. I'm dead. I'm not saying it because I'm in the group with
Preach on it.
Lyrically, a lot of people's not fucking with this man, and I put money behind that. I really would, and he's really underrated as a writer around Carolina. A lot producer. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't want to smoke with this man right here, and I'm being honest, they don't.
Yeah, your turn.
Thank you, brother. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, but the question for the first question, like he said, pressure, because we've been known for coming out, being out here for a little bit, and then we go back and it's high and go back a little hiatus. This time we here. We ain't going nowhere. We here. It's the music is here, and we don't found that sound, and we here. Everything like pressure, but far as like that, when I hear IB, it takes me back. It takes back to the young, to fun. I hear fun. It take me back when I was young, and you can hear the growth. You can hear the growth. He remind me of a younger me, but he's more like a younger me, but more sharper than I was back then when I was doing it. And he bring it. He got the whole package, the sex symbol. You know what I'm saying? The look, and he can look the writer. You know what I'm saying? The whole package of stuff that you can. If you had an artist that you can mold, a perfect artist, boom,
right?
That'll be him because he got the looks, he got the talent, and he got the drive. Marvin, I mean it's Reed. He remind me of the great all the great performers back to MC Hammer, Heavy D, Heavy D, and like all the great performers, man. Cause like you said, he used to be in the helping hand mission too, and he used to play drums. And he play instruments. A lot of people don't know that. He's real talented. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he. That's about it.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there, yo.
That's
and the
it.
reason that and I salute y'all because like I seen y'all growth in the game for as long as I've known y'all. I haven't been there the whole time, but from the outside looking in, I wanted to bring y'all on this platform because I noticed in North Carolina, a lot of times it's like some of the dopest artists, some of the hardest working people. It's like in public, people may say behind the scenes, like, yo, I rock with such and such. They doing their thing. But when it comes to public, it seems like North Carolina artists is so hard to give another person their flowers or to salute them and say, yo, I've seen where you started. I've seen where you become. Job well done. From the outside looking in, you know, I done did shows with y'all, kind of rubbed elbows with y'all along the way. But as a fan looking out, I salute y'all because y'all didn't stop. I salute y'all on the growth because, like, I remember the sound. I'm seeing it coming to a full fruition, if that makes sense. And it's like, yo, y'all definitely are one of the hardest working groups in the NC. Y'all been consistent the whole time. And a lot of people that's give y'all props behind the scenes, they don't give y'all respect in public. And I don't like that. Because it's like with the politics and the gatekeepers and stuff like that, with the politics is like, if you're not in my clique, I'm not going to shout them out. But it's like, yo, with y'all came in the game, y'all was just, yo, we just want to work. Y'all just wanted to work. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no politics. Y'all want Hollywood. Y'all won't all, you know, standoffish. It was like y'all was genuine people. And over the years, even with the notoriety and even with the accomplishments, y'all still down to earth brothers. Y'all still stand up brothers. And I salute y'all on that. And I wanted to bring y'all up and tell y'all to y'all, you know, say it to y'all personally. Like, yo, I admire what y'all have done for the game, for Carolina. And I respect the growth and I respect y'all movement. And to keep y'all foot on their neck. Keep applying that pressure. And like you said, people will catch up with the talent. I like y'all because y'all didn't compromise to try and follow a wave or try and change up because that's what was the end thing. Y'all created your own lane from the ground up. And now y'all a respected household name in North Carolina. So seeing that from the part that I met y'all to now, I just wanted to salute y'all and congratulate y'all and say, keep going. You know, me and my team, we definitely support y'all. We have y'all back. But from me personally, from Scion, I wanted to say, yo, I respect y'all and I salute y'all grind. Job well done and keep it up. I'm looking forward to all the projects dropping. But like we said, life is short, bro. It's like we see people today, it may not be a tomorrow. So I wanted to let y'all know why I'm here, why we all in good health, and say, yo, bro, y'all some good brothers putting out good music. And I respect y'all, and I got love for y'all and the whole movement and y'all sound, and to keep applying that pressure. And I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all can let them know to find the music on the platforms. You got High Stakes out. We got Vengeance. There's more stuff coming. The videos and stuff is coming. I'm going to let y'all do y'all shout outs again, but I salute every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. After y'all do y'all shout outs, we're going to sign off, and then I'm going to play the High Stakes video again. And much love to y'all, bro.
All right. I know I'm gonna forget some people, but shout out Danny. The improves the mixes. My homeboy Smoke for hopping on High Stakes. Anybody that's cross production, Soul Food. My man, No One right here, aka Knox Super MC. Shout out you for having us first off, man. I've been a fan of the podcast already, so for you to even ask us to do it, that's much love or whatever. And y'all whole team, cause y'all show love from day one. So team collective movement. So anybody, man, shout out Carolina, man. I love it. That's it, man. But for the platforms, we everywhere. iTunes, Google Music, Spotify, Tidal, wherever. You see you take that, we in there. We got those. We got that too. And definitely anybody that's brought merch, anybody that brought any future asshole merchandise, wristband, everything, man. We love you. Shout out to all y'all. That's me. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna leave it short and simple. So I won't miss nobody and forget nobody. Shout out everybody.
That's a fact.
That's a
fact.
Yeah, what he said? What he said?
Right.
Shout out y'all. He named them all.
I know I would have forgot some people.
Still forgot some
Yeah,
people.
that's a fact right there, yo. And like I said, much love to y'all, yo. This is the proof. We're gonna play that High Stakes, yo. And I thank y'all. I know y'all about to make some heat. So y'all welcome to stay and watch the video if y'all want to sign off when I throw it on. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play Vengeance, and after that, we're gonna sign off. So it's up to y'all. Y'all can go ahead and get to work. I appreciate y'all. This is the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. I'm your host, Scion919, and y'all just seen Future Assholes of America. The music is out now on all platforms, yo, and we thank everybody for tuning in. And, yo, we appreciate all y'all. Much love. Salute.
Peace.
I said they need us press the digest and watch the news and digest. I said they need us press the digest and watch the news and digest.
I said they feed us prep to digest and watch the news and digest. Star City. Look, my whole city quarantine. When the devil show his face, hope your soul is clean. I stay on my grind, cause my kids want the finer things. And when I teach them, I show them shit that they never seen. Life will throw you curves, stay focused and keep a steady swing. It's hard to trust a cop nowadays, they shoot for anything. My life is like a sitcom, nigga, fuck on the growing pain. I owed all the hip-hop, nigga, this shit kept me sane. Through the good and bad times, I gripped the pen and wrote through the pain. Been grinding in this game for some years, just to build a name. But when it's high stakes, it make you question the truth, you start to lose faith. Got the pistol in reach, cause I don't feel safe. War's begun, welcome to doomsday. But when it's high stakes, drop the shit on the Monday, died on the Tuesday.
I love homie, you big bro. My only one mission's finding peace while stacking dough. Plain and simple, 90 music just to stimulate the mental. I don't like that new shit, just to waste the instrumentals. Yeah, I hear him talking, mistaken honesty for hating. Same motherfucker mistaken biting that's creating. Vision blurred, all this jury. Why the judge and jury throw the book? 12 unpaid for all the lies they took. You define the bad bitch on how good she look. I prefer loyalty and how good she cook. They tight big, but see it in their eyes they shook. Views like Langston Hughes, nigga, I can write a book.
Hurdles and obstacles barely made it, but barreled through. Barricaded myself from situations, the bloody truth. As a black man, the stakes are high like blood pressure. Paranoid when I crank the car, can see my own stretcher. Whoa, just had a flashback of George Floyd. Knee was in my neck calling for Granny Pops in the Lord. That's word to Breonna Taylor, I can't stay in the house no more. Scan deep, they said they had the wrong address. Standing up for mine, so now you got the right address. And I got a lot to address. This shit might get me in mess, but I'm tired of living like less. Equality, no progress. Feed us crap to digest. Watch the news and digest.
I said they feed us crap to digest. Watch the news and digest. I said they feed us crap to digest.
Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illest of illustrators from the stories my pens draw. Fuck that watered down shit, give them that raw. You ain't built for it, my nigga, don't get involved. This ain't that smooth music that has candles involved. This is fucking on the first night, remove your panties and bra. Explicit content, I'm Eddie Murphy and Raw. Murder one, fuck it, let's kill them all. I got a list of names and now I'm marking them off. This is war music, I came ready to brawl. My concentration like sniper shooters. Words touch your souls like reverence talking to you. I rebuke the demons, my congregation say hallelujah. Turn the other cheek, y'all seen what they did to Martin Luther. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illest of illustrators from the stories my pen draw. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illest of illustrators from the stories my pen draw.
It's hard to spread love when niggas got a knife through your spine. It's hard to keep the peace when niggas blow the thoughts out your mind. It's hard to trust a nigga that'll rock you to sleep. It's hard to love a woman that you catch on the creek. It's hard to teach a nigga with the mind of a sheep. It's hard to stay afloat when you carry a leash, or carry a leash trying to drain you from your head to your feet. You know the type that's trying to live off whatever you eat. Parasitic, hope my name burns the mouth of a critic. Hydrofluoric acid, melt your skin like plastic. Ancient art of dropping these hieroglyphics out of master, architecturally designed to stimulate your mind. Seven chakras realigned to the tingle in your spine. But beware the serpent who comes to steal and destroy the peace of mind of being in the happiness and joy. But
vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illest of illustrators from the stories my pen draw. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This is something I jotted when I was bored. With little effort, I still managed to score. The illest of illustrators from the stories my pen draw.